Welcome in, everybody. Hey, it's KGB from the She Sports Network, home to your streaming outlaws. That's right, outlaws. We're here for another Braves stream. So, Braves baseball is here. Yes, it is. Spring training. Today we got a fairly decent lineup, it seems. Why don't we go ahead and bring that on up? And I believe we're going to be playing in the Grapefruit League for the Braves. So today's lineup for the Braves will start out with Forrest Wall batting first. Ozzie Albies will be batting second. Orlando Arcia batting in the third position today. Marcell Ozuna will be playing first base and batting fourth. Travis D-Train Darnod will be batting fifth. Eli White batting sixth as the designated hitter today. David Fletcher batting seventh. Luis Liberto batting eighth. J.P. Martinez will be batting ninth. And of course, last but not least, we certainly can't forget that today's pitcher will be Spencer Strider. So, yes, indeed. We got some good things happening. Let me fix my cam real quick. Yeah, we're still waiting for them to. Oh, we got game.
Tigers. For the Tigers, we'll take it through their lineup.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, today is broadcasted.
Meanwhile,
it says it was broadcast through MLB.com, so I don't know if that means that they're making today's Braves game the free game. I do know that San Diego, Arizona at 10 p.m. Eastern is one of the free games of the day.
5 losses and 1 tie, and the Tigers have played pretty good baseball this spring. They have 6 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. So it's the first time that we've seen the Tigers this year. Braves at home today before an off day tomorrow. And just because they're off tomorrow doesn't mean that the competitive juices won't be flowing. Everybody's excited for that golf tournament tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of become a spring training tradition started by when Will Smith.
Oh, they actually played in Atlanta today.
Golf tournament every spring on the first off day, and I know a lot of guys look forward to it. It's a great time to get out there with. You spend a lot of time together at the field, but you don't really get to know somebody until you spend some time off the field with them and spend, 4, probably more like 5 hours. The rounds tend to be a little slow together and goof around.
Yeah, it'll be a good day tomorrow, and they're looking for a good day today.
No.
It's a gorgeous day.
No, we're out there in Florida.
When I come back, I'll introduce you to the starting lineups for both teams, and right after that, we'll have the first pitch of the game. Braves and Tigers right around the corner. You're listening to Atlanta Braves Spring Training Baseball.
All right, so they are on commercial break. When we come back, the Detroit Tigers will be at bat to start. Hey, welcome into the stream. I appreciate you guys popping in. If you're typing to me, I haven't seen it quite yet. Still getting the chat drug out here. There we go. We'll pop that out. All right. So there we go. All right, there we go. Now I shouldn't miss any of the chat. If it comes up, it should be raring to go. Thank you so much for the likes already. We're already at 3 likes for that. We always start every stream out with a 10-like goal. Hopefully, we can smash that goal because we haven't met that goal yet. The other day when we streamed not yesterday's game, but the Braves game we streamed before that, We had 9 likes before the stream had to be restarted, and then the second half of the stream we had 16, but by the time YouTube got done taking them all the way, they said I had eight for the first half of the game and 1 like for the second half, even though the second half we were at 16 when the game ended. So yeah, it's been a little tough reaching those goals. But I certainly appreciate you guys helping out and trying for us. Because as I've always said, one of the most important ways you can give back to a streamer is hitting that thumbs up. The algorithm works all around the thumbs up. The more thumbs up, the more the algorithm pushes us. So that's why I said if you ever want to help somebody out, a small streamer, that's the best way if you want to give back to them. You know, if you can't help out by sending, super chats or super stickers, if you can't help out by donating or grabbing memberships to a channel, the best way, in my opinion, and maybe other streamers feel differently, but in my opinion, the best way to give back is hitting that thumbs up.
Introduce you to the starting nine for these two teams. It'll be the 12th game of the Grapefruit League schedule for the Braves, and for the Tigers, also their 12th. Detroit managed by A.J. Hinch. They have 6 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie this spring. They won each of their last 2 ball games, and they'll lead it off with their third baseman, Zach McKinstry. Batting second, center fielder Wenzel Perez. He's a switch hitter. Batting third, DH Kerry Carpenter. Batting cleanup, former Brave farmhand Justin Henry Malloy. He's the left fielder. Batting fifth, second baseman Colt Keith, one of their top prospects. Batting sixth for the Tigers, catcher Carson Kelly. Hitting seventh, right fielder Blair Madris. Batting eighth, first baseman Ryan
Remember,
Blade.
get your votes in, everybody.
Batting ninth, the shortstop Ryan Kreidler. And on the mound, it'll be Reese Olson, the young
right-hander. We do want to get in the habit of doing those things.
24 years old, and he'll be out there for Detroit. So again, for the Tigers, McKinstry, Perez, Carpenter, Malloy, Keith, Kelly, Madris, Valade, Kreidler, and Olson on the mound. Those are the Tigers. Now for Brian Snitker's Braves. Atlanta with 5 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. Braves coming off a loss yesterday against the Twins down in Fort Myers. And the Braves will lead it off today with their left fielder, Forrest Wall, who's having a great camp, swinging a good bat. Batting second, switch hitting second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Batting third, shortstop Orlando Arcia. He hit a home run yesterday. Batting cleanup, first baseman Marcell Ozuna. Batting fifth, it's the catcher Travis d'Arnaud. Batting sixth, designated hitter Eli White. Hitting seventh, third baseman David Fletcher. Batting eighth, right fielder Louis Liberato. Batting ninth, center fielder J.P. Martinez. And on the mound, Spencer Strider, the right-hander out of Knoxville, Tennessee, 25 years old. He has been great this spring, 2-0 with an ERA of 0. He has put together 5 scoreless innings and has 9 strikeouts against the 19 batters he has faced this spring. So lots of
9 out of 19 batters, ladies and gentlemen.
So again for Atlanta, Wall,
Spencer
Albies,
Strider
I beg your pardon, it was
on
Arcia
pace
homer
to
2
have
days ago.
another
Kind of run together down
outstanding
here.
season.
Following Arcia, Ozuna, d'Arnaud, White, Fletcher, Martinez, and Strider on the mound. Behind the plate calling balls and strikes, it's Jeremy Rehack. Down at first base, crew chief Matty Gonzalez. At second, Ryan Wills. At third, Jonathan Parra. And those umpires will shift around on the bases throughout the ball game. They're wearing their black tops and their gray pants. Meanwhile, the Braves will be taking the field in the Navy uniform tops, white pants, red lettering, red numerals outlined in white. Atlanta across the chest on top of the tomahawk. And the Tigers will be coming out in their Navy tops, gray pants with bright orange hats, orange lettering, orange numerals, and the Detroit D on the front left chest of their uniforms. Braves take the field. Here's the leather for Atlanta. Marcell Ozuna getting the opportunity at first base today. Ozzie Albies at second. Orlando Arcia at short. David Fletcher at third. In the outfield left to right, Forrest Wall, J.P. Martinez, and Louis Liberato. Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate. Spencer Strider on the mound. And Darren, if this outing today is anything like these last two, expecting more electric stuff from Spencer Strider.
Yeah, I think anytime he's out there on the mound, you can count on the high hundreds, or I'm sorry, the high 90s fastballs. High hundreds would be something, wouldn't it?
Something, yeah. I'd say he's ready for the regular season at that point.
Yeah, and we know the slider, and now we've added the curveball, which everybody loves to talk about, but I also think the changeup has been refined from last year. I noticed a little more lateral movement on that last start. 5 punch-outs last start, 3 by curveball, 1 by changeup, and just one from his slider, his tried-and-true slider.
If National League hitters are listening to that report, you're going to put them in a further state of depression for what they're going to see versus Spencer Strider this year, as if he could have been tougher. He gets even tougher this year.
Yeah, it's going to be tough sledding for those NL hitters. And, Ben, I hope you like curveballs today because we got about 7 innings of them. With old Charlie Morton following up young Spencer Strider, we got old curveballs and young curveballs.
All right,
here.
so it looks like the Interactive is up and running for us now.
We'll see them both today,
so
as it'll be Strider getting the nod, and then we'll see Charlie Morton for the first time this spring.
Strider warming
Joe
up.
Spencer, 25 years old, 6 feet tall, 195 out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Last year led the league in wins with 20. Led the league in strikeouts with 281. He was 4th in the Cy Young voting. And this spring, 5 scoreless innings, 3 hits allowed, couple of walks, 9 strikeouts. He's seen the Tigers once in his career. That was in a ball game in Detroit last June, and he got the win in that ball game. And he'll be taking on Zach McKinstry, Wenzel Perez, and Kerry Carpenter here in the top of the first inning for A.J. Hinch's Tigers. Zach McKinstry, left-handed hitting.
All right, so here we go.
In. Spencer Strider looking into Travis d'Arnaud. He's ready. And now
here comes
for the
Spencer's first pitch. That's going to be strike one.
Fastball 97 and an 0-1 count. Ball game started at 1:06 Eastern and 83 degrees here in Southwest Florida.
All right.
Offering on the way from Strider. High.
Strike 2 with a swing and a miss.
Nothing in 2.
I'll have to refresh my stream so it brings up
third baseman David Fletcher. Well
and
off
I'll
the
do
line.
that.
It's
I'll do that in
left-handed
between the top and bottom of the
Spencer
first.
eyeing the strikeout. Here's his
Comes the
0-2.
pitch.
High and
up
away,
and
1 ball,
out.
2 strikes.
Goodness, that fastball looks like it's just shooting straight up. It looks like, when a bird catches an updraft off a cliff.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like his heater's doing already.
That was 98. 1-2 to McKinstry. Check swing. He's toast. d'Arnaud dropped it for a moment, flips it down to first base to secure the strikeout, and McKinstry
All right,
goes
that's going
down
to be out
swinging.
number 1. Looks like he tried to check his swing and
punch out for Spencer.
still caught a little bit of the
He
ball
tunneled
and put it
that
out in
curveball
the,
right off his high
out the
fastball.
field
Man,
of
it's
play,
just such a
so he
hard
had to
decision to
run.
make, and the result was just a feeble swing from McKinstry.
It's fun watching opposing batters show you swings like that against Spencer Strider.
all right, Strider winding up.
Wenzel Perez.
Here comes the pitch.
No foul, one
Foul
straight
ball.
back. Got a heater and got a piece of it, but
97
just
mile an
enough
hour.
to send it back to the screen. 0-1. There's our first chair horn player back behind us, Jonathan, fighting the sinuses. No balls and a strike on Perez.
Comes the
Ball
pitch.
on the way from Spencer.
Swing and a miss.
Producer engineer
Strike
Jonathan
2. That was a
Sneezbeck.
98 mile an hour.
He's been a first chair trumpet player these last few days. He's not sneaking up on anybody. No balls and 2 strikes.
Comes the
Pitch on the way from
swing.
Strider, fouled off onto the
Foul
rooftop down
ball.
the third base line. 99 with a fastball.
So we'll do it again. That was a
Wenzel
99
Perez,
mile an hour
24 years old from
fastball.
the Dominican. Played an A-ball, AA, and AAA last year for the Tigers. Yet to reach the big leagues. 0-2 pitch
Wind
on
up
the way
in the
to
pitch.
Perez. And he'll send one foul on the first
Foul
base
ball.
line. Right in front of the first base coach, Anthony Iapoce.
Yeah, that reminds me of a buddy in high school. He had asthma. We used to tease him about how bad he was at hide and go seek.
You could hear him
You could
wheezing.
always hear him hide behind something.
Hey, welcome to the stream. I
Perez
appreciate you
needs a
stopping
new
by.
bat.
Hey, be sure to get
He might
your
want to go
chat
play hide
votes
and seek
in.
and not even go
Head
back
on
up
over
there
to the
versus
community
Spencer.
page and get your votes in there
He's
as
down
well of
0-2.
who you think's going to win
Yeah,
today's
he looked
game.
sharp early.
We won't be doing it for the
Spencer
spring
benefits from
training,
how
but
good his heater is. It's going to make his other
come the beginning-
pitches good by default. just
come the
because there's something
season,
different. But his
we'll
curveball
start
actually,
doing,
I looked at some of the
Golden
numbers on it.
Broom.
It's an above-average curveball.
where we try to
No
get a
matter
Golden
how
Broom
hard you throw.
celebration.
So you pair that with the plus
And to
fastball.
get a Golden Broom
It's a tough challenge
celebration,
to make the decision on
the
those
chat
two.
vote of who you think's going to
Right,
win. If
0-2.
the community
See where
is
he wants to
correct
go here.
for every game of a
Pitch on the way,
series,
fouled back.
then
Into his fastball,
sometime
99.
down the
See, that's
road,
what's amazing to me. If you just
we'll
want
have
to mix in
a
a
Golden Broom
curveball to
celebration
deepen your
for that.
arsenal, and it's average at best,
But
it'll still be effective. But
if
here he comes with
you're
an
wrong
above-average
if,
curveball
if,
he's never
if
thrown
the
before.
community's wrong
0-2
for
to
one
Perez.
game out of the series.
Outside and off the plate.
It is no longer
1-2.
eligible for for a
I
Golden
saw a
Broom
quote from Rick
celebration.
Kranitz, the Braves pitching coach, saying he's
Hence
not really
the
learning a
reason
curveball.
for
It's like he's
community
kind of restarting throwing it,
community
'cause he used to
page.
throw it before Tommy John surgery.
That's just
1-2 from Strider. There's low and
it's
outside.
a double way
Kind of
of
sideline it,
us
refine
getting
everything else.
a Golden
And now that
Broom
everything else is
celebration.
very sharp, he can go
It
back.
doubles
and
our
work on it.
chances of it.
That makes a lot of sense. No score.
All right,
at the
here
top of the
comes
first
Strider's
inning.
wind up.
2-2 to Perez.
Release.
Lifted in the air towards
That's gonna
left
be
field,
out to
sprinting
left
his right
field.
force wall, now slowing, crossing the foul line, leaps up
Crossing
against
the foul
wall and
line,
brings it back.
caught.
Nice play by Forrest Wall.
Beautiful
He's doing it
play
all
by
here in
Forrest
Northport.
Wall.
He's had a great spring with his bat and adds a highlight reel defensive play to what he's put together here at Northport. That's a page out of Michael Harris's book, Spider-Man up against the wall.
That was a great
That
play.
was a
Great
good
awareness,
play.
knowing where the wall is and making that play, especially in a stadium you don't play in every day.
All right, so we
Playing all
have
these
2
different
outs.
parks
We're in
around
the
the state
top
of
of the
Florida.
first. Score still
Gary Carpenter, the
0-0.
batter. First pitch curveball high and away.
You know what's impressed me the most about Strider's curveball is how he can land it for strikes. And I've talked about this a couple times. But last year when he get behind in the count to lefties, he wouldn't throw his changeup, so he turns into a 2-pitch pitcher.
1-0 is low. And you can use that early in the count to get ahead, can't you?
Right. And so even if he's behind in the count, say he's down 2-1 to a lefty, he can flip a curveball in there for a free strike. And now the hitter has to think about 3 pitches instead of just usually fastball and
Here
sometimes
comes the
slider.
wind up.
2-0 pitch fouled back.
Foul ball.
If you're a left-handed hitter and you got a 2-1 count versus Spencer, I'm guessing the very last pitch you expect to see on 2-1 is a curveball.
Right.
Got a 2-1 count here. Spencer looking at his target, Travis, when heater in.
Going to be a little off to the
Just to make it a
side, so that's
3-1
going to
count.
be a ball.
No score, top of the first inning. Strider hoping for a 1-2-3 frame. Should Carpenter reach, then Justin Henry Malloy.
We had won the count. Come on, Strider.
Lined up at the 3-1.
There you
Back
go.
over our
Foul
head.
ball. 3-2 the count.
So he
Full
pushed
boat.
the count full, went back to the fastball there.
Good time to land that backdoor curveball. You know, Kerry Carpenter standing in the left-hander's batter's box, so Spencer's got a lot of good choices on what he could do here. But this would be a situation in a regular season, maybe the second time through the order, where he flips a curveball and lands it for a strike.
Yeah, he's got a fistful of face cards. Let's see which one he throws
Here's
down.
the wind
There's
up
the
and the
3-2
pitch.
There's a fly ball.
That's
going
gonna
to
be a fly ball out to left field.
Back towards the warning
That's
track.
back towards the
And
warning
throwing
track.
up the
Caught
goal right
for
at the
out
wall.
number
Forrest
3.
Wall makes the catch. That was a fastball.
So that'll
Carpenter
be
got
it for
around
the-
on it. Couldn't quite get it out of here. And down
That'll
we
be
go,
it for the
1-2-3.
Detroit
We're going to
Lions,
have
or
an inning,
Detroit Tigers.
Nothing, and the Braves coming up when we come back.
All right, so like I said, I'm going to refresh this so I get the statistics. Remember, guys and gals, be sure to be active within the chat. Certainly like to hear what you got to say. And now that's stretch. All right, so it looks like bottom of the first, Tampa Bay and Boston tied at 0. Toronto, Pittsburgh, bottom of the first, tied at 0. Minnesota, St. Louis, bottom of the first, tied at 1-1. We got Baltimore leading Philadelphia 1-0 in the top of the first. Okay, and then after that, bottom of the first, Miami, Houston tied at 0. New York Yankees tied with the Mets 0-0.
Leather has Ryan Belade
All
at
right,
first
so
base,
we all
Colt
back.
Keith at second, Ryan Powell at
Nice.
short, Zach
Down on the
McKinstry at
field.
third, Justin Henry Malloy is in left field, Winslow Perez in center field, Bly Madris in right field, Carson Kelly the catcher, Reese Olson, the right-hander out of Gainesville, Georgia, on the mound. First pitch to Forrest Wall, bunted up the third base line. It goes foul. Otherwise, that's a hit of the day. Pretty good idea by Forrest. Wall with a terrific catch for the second out in the top of the first inning.
All right.
This spring, 3 home runs for Forrest
Now they're
Wall.
coming
2
back
of them
to
in one
box.
game. He's batting .462. So he has been an attention getter this spring. Leading it off is the righty Olson. That'll be tapped foul. Reese Olson, 6'1". They list him at 160. I'd imagine he might be a little heavier than that now. 24 years old. Deep bag of tricks and a pretty good slider. 0-2 on Forrest Wall. Righty deals. Wall takes one up and in.
Yeah, that 0-1 pitch to Forrest was a changeup, and as soon as he threw it, I went, wow. I mean, that thing had some pretty sharp movement. He's known for his secondary pitches. Might have a little bit below average command of his heater, but great secondary stuff.
1-2, a swing and a miss. That time the changeup gets Wall. One down here in the first inning. Yeah, looking at the arsenal for Reese Olson, yes, he's got a four-seamer, but compared to some of his other pitches, it's not as good, and he doesn't throw it as often as some of those secondary pitches. So,
yeah.
really, not necessarily
ATL with an
secondary
average
pitches
of
He came over on a trade
0.083.
from Milwaukee in July 2021
Ozzie Albies takes the ball outside.
for former big prospect himself, Daniel Norris. But I think what the Tigers liked about him was that plus secondary stuff, and we just saw that nasty changeup, which he'll use a lot to lefties.
1-0 pitch, low and in.
Righties, he tends to be more of a sinker slider, more traditional that way. Lefties are going to see the curveball, the changeup, and the four-seamer more.
Ozzie going to zero in on that game plan right here. 2-0 pitch, whacked down the right field line, foul. Sinking fastball that didn't have the kind of sink that Olson wanted on it. No score, bottom of the first inning. 1 out, bases empty. Reese Olson made 21 appearances in the big leagues last year, 18 as a starter. Made one
Welcome
start
back
against
into
the
the channel.
Braves.
Appreciate you stopping by.
2-1 pitch over the inside corner, handcuffing Ozzie.
And that follows kind of current day pitching doctrine is, same-handed batters get the same.
All right, so Ozzie
moves more horizontally. Opposite-handed gets the stuff that moves more vertically.
2-2 got him looking. Came in under the hands with a pretty loopy curveball, looked like, Darren.
Yeah. Yeah, Olson's been scuffling a little bit this spring. You come in a record of 0-2 and a 9.82 ERA in just 2 games, but got some pretty promising stuff. He's one of the guys Detroit's going to count on. Detroit being a young squad that's kind of trying to find their way in the AL Central.
Orlando Arcia, check swing, the appeal didn't go, says Matty Gonzalez down at first. Talking
No
about Reese
swing,
Olson,
says the
that
first
one start
baseman.
he had in his career versus
No.
the Braves coming last year. That was also against Spencer Strider that day. And a ball game the Braves had to come back to win. 1-0 pitch popped up. Foul ground, shading his eyes from the sun, Carson Kelly back to the screen. And he has room on the warning track. So that just stayed in the field of play. And the Braves go down to 1-2-3. We played one.
Well, the Braves just had a 1-2-3 inning, so let's certainly hope their defense can get off to a little better start than this. At bat for the Detroit Tigers will be Justin Henry Malley. On deck will be Colt Keith, and in the hole batting third will be Carson Kelly. Here comes the pitch. High and outside. That's going to be a ball. That's going to be a grounder over to third base, over to first. Easy out. Out number one. Hey, welcome into the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. If you got any questions for me, guys, or any suggestions, please feel free to hit that chat up. Matter of fact, be sure you've liked the video, subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, and yeah, come join me in some refreshing chat. All right, so we got Colt Keith at bat. 2-1 is the count. All right, so here we go. All right, here comes Strider's pitch.
I think Spencer probably wanted closer to the top of the zone. When Spencer's fastball is
Sorry about
down,
that.
that's your best chance of getting it because of that elite ride. It really resists sinking. So when the ball
I
is
think we're
down,
gonna leave the batters off.
you got a
today.
better shot of getting some lumber on it than when it's in the top half of the zone.
That's what he
Guys
did
and
right
gals, I
there.
got
He's
very
blind
little
to
sleep
Chris.
again, so I'm pushing this out, and I got a doubleheader today.
First
I'm
pitch from
doing,
Strider.
Angels
Swinging a
and
pop-up.
Dodgers game.
Shallow center.
7.
Orlando Arcia backpedaling. Squares up to it. Makes the catch. Runners hold. That's welcomed with open arms for Spencer Strider after the base hit by Kelly getting out on one pitch. And 2 down here in the top of the second.
Off air the other day, you and I were talking about the value of infield pop-ups. It's something that sometimes gets overlooked. You know, in some ways, a pop-up is just as good as a strikeout because the major league infielders are pretty dang good at catching them. Nobody advances, you know. And as you've made a good point, it could even be more valuable because it doesn't take you 3 pitches. It could be a first pitch pop-up. Now
Yeah.
you're saving 2 pitches.
That could be the difference in going another inning on your log rather than coming out an inning earlier. Here's Ryan Valade. No foul one back. By the way, good job by the guys down the hall with the Motown playlist for the Tigers hitters. That's clever.
Love that.
No score, top of the second. Ryan Valade, Vilade. First baseman, right-handed hitter.
Damn.
A 1, a little bit too tall. 98 with that heater, a 1-1 count on Valade.
Here comes
Strider's
the pitch.
1-1. Big
Swing and a miss.
Doing the breaking ball away there. And now Valade looking at 2 strikes. We'll see if Spencer can put him away with heat here.
All right, here comes Spencer's windup and
1-2.
the throw down and out.
Outside.
So that's gonna be a ball.
So a 2-2 count on Valade. Valade, 25 years old from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Former second-round pick of the Rockies. Now on the Tigers organization. Strider set. Runners take their lead. It's 2-2 to the plate. Blew that right by him. Gets a swing and a miss on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And Strider finishes off the Tigers with a strikeout to leave runners at first and third here in the top of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. Into the bottom of the second, no score.
Get ready for MLB The Show 24.
Oh, welcome in, everybody. Yes, you do see it right. I am fighting off. I'm starting to get the start of a head cold, I think. Our damn weather's up. It gets warm and then crashes during the night. And I haven't slept very well lately. So I am here with you fighting it off. So the more you could keep me active by interacting with me in the chat and everything would be greatly appreciated. And remember, hit those thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this guy. Yeah, we're pushing a Red Bull today. Iced coffee. And a Stacker 2 energy shot. No, none of those are paid promotions. All right, we're back down on the field.
No
Marcelo
score.
Zuna, the bung. Heading to the
Alongside
plate.
Darren O'Day, Ben Ingram here with you. It'll be
The
Marcelo.
bung,
Marcelo
0
Zuna
for
leading it
0.
off
It's
for
his
the
first
Braves.
at bat today. He's got a 538
Zuna, Darnell, and
average
White.
and a
Zuna fouls
1.446
one
OPS.
23 days
One
from
home
opening
run
day.
for
Been
the
fun to
spring
count that
training
number
season.
down every single day. 3 weeks from Thursday in
Come on, Bung, put her out.
Philadelphia for game
Come on,
number
give us the
1.
lead.
Can't wait. Well, 1 to Ozuna. Big lunge at a miss.
Swing and a miss.
It's hard to believe we're getting that close. Still see a lot of really good free agents on the market. It's going to be a challenge for those guys whenever they do eventually sign to get up to speed in time.
2 to Ozuna, low and outside. Does it surprise you that some of those names are still out there?
It really does, yeah.
Yeah, we should probably maybe
that's Scott Boras,
message
super
old
agent.
Maverick.
That's kind of his tactic, is to hold and wait. But as a player, in camp,
you know, Russell, I don't know. I mean,
all that good stuff.
I haven't really heard too much about it because I seen that he had went to social media and said that he'd be ready to go on the start of the season.
Play one down.
So
it's one thing if you're not signed by March the 1st, but around that time, I'd imagine
it's
later
definitely a blow to the team.
You don't want to miss too much time down here.
If he's going to miss some time from it.
Challenge. I mean, spring training is, in my opinion, too long.
That's where I think
as you said,
some of these ball clubs that are a little lenient with allowing these guys to play in other leagues during the offseason, they might want to rethink some of that. Especially when you have a superstar like Acuna.
Across the league, we had
Acuna,
Cody
who
Bellinger
is
and Matt Chapman
paid very well.
Shorter length deals than they had hoped for.
Come and do what he's supposed to do.
It's that time. It's time to start preparing for what really matters.
Well, 1 to Travie, a little bit low. You got.
So we got D-Train at bat.
In Blake Snell.
D-Train with a 286 average on the training season and a .572 OPS.
Surprises me. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Low it outside, 2-1.
2-1 the count.
Eddie got his peepers fixed. Ready to play. I saw Renato Lopez also had eye surgery. I think it might have been the same one as Eddie a couple years ago. He couldn't see the sign.
Retinal detachment or whatever it was. That'll be swung on, missed.
Swing and a miss.
He said that he would be out there on the field and not be able to see the catcher's signs. And so, Yasmani Grandal
got a 2-2
fastball.
count.
He threw a
1 out, bottom of the second.
A little bit dicey.
Tie game at 0.
2 missed outside. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
3-2, full count.
If I'm a hitter, I want the pitcher to see 20/20.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a blur that he might dome. There's a 3-2 pitch on the way to Darno, and he swings and misses. Fastball 95. Reese Olson between that fastball and his changeup, especially that changeup. That's good stuff.
Yeah, he looks pretty sharp here in the early going. That changeup, every time he's throwing it, even that pop out to Ozuna was a changeup. It's got really good action on it. You see why the Tigers like this young man.
So D-Train
Eli White, no score
struck
in the bottom
out
of the second. Eli takes call.
Here we go. Eli White at bat takes a strike
surgery as well. I used to wear contacts, and on windy days, I had
Mr. White with a .455 batting average and a 1.145 OPS on the season.
How old are you when you had
on the
LASIK?
spring training season? That is.
I think I was 32, 33.
Yeah, I was 33 when I had mine.
Yeah,
it's like a miracle.
It really is. Best surgery I've ever had.
1-1 low and outside.
No, I think about it, there aren't too many fun surgeries, but that one is terrifying, but I'm so glad I had it done. It made pitching, especially on day games, windy games, much easier.
2-1 to Eli White. That ball's poked out to short. Sliding stop deep in the hole by Kreidler. He throws
safe. He overthrows it. Eli White's going to try moving to second.
Up with it, Belade.
Slides in safe.
Throws too late.
That's going to be an error there.
With what should be an infield single and then an error. Nice sliding stop to his right by the shortstop, Ryan Kreidler. Sliding into the grass of shallow left. Well, that throw over the head of Ryan Belade.
That was a heck of a play, sliding to his right.
There we go.
Like he has plenty
now
of
we finally seeing some action happening.
He slung it pretty dang far from jump throw, sidearm flip. Might have had a little more time there.
So now David Fletcher with a runner at second and 2 down. Low and outside. Good backhanded stop by Carson Kelly. No runs for either team. See if it ends up being a hit for the Braves. And if it is, it'd be their first base hit of the ball game. 1-0 to Fletcher. High and away, good eye, laying off the fastball. It is a single and an error, so a single gets him to first, and the E6 on Kreidler gets him to second. Eli White ready to run on contact from second base. 2-0, check swing. Fletch didn't go, and a 3-0 count. David Fletcher coming over from the Angels. 3-0 pitch. Takes a strike. Fastball at the top of the zone. This veteran here in the spring hitting .500 right on the nose. 3-1. He lunges and pops one foul. And that's into the seats and a 3-2 count. For Fletcher, 29 years old, out of Loyola Marymount, former 6th-round pick of the Angels back in 2015, and was in the big leagues each of the last 6 seasons with the Angels. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, slapped out towards short.
That's going to be out towards shortstop.
An opportunity to redeem himself. He delivers over to first base, and he makes the play.
That's going to be out number 3.
So Ryan Kreidler, I should say, makes the play, and that ends the bottom of the second inning.
Top of the third. We're going to see what the Detroit Lions can do. Complete the form. Hey, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. If you're just joining us, we're heading to the top of the third with the score still tied 0-0. Okay, so here we go. There. Yeah, we're going to fix that here in a second. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 the count.
They'll be there right before we get there. And then they head to New York to see the Mets. Or they head home for their home opener. Tigers will come to Atlanta this year. We'll see them June 17th, 18th, and 19th. 0-2 to Kreidler. Lined out toward short, past a lunging Orlando Arcia.
That's going to be a base hit.
A base hit into left field. Looked like an 0-2 slider that he was able to barrel and shoot up the middle, and there's a leadoff single. Tigers coming off a season.
All right, let's do it real quick.
Saw them go 78 and 84.
See if we can't fix that robotic voice. Hey, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping in. If you're just joining us, we're in the top of the third. We got the Detroit Lions. We got the Detroit Tigers up to bat, and the score
Tigers
is
finished
0-0.
9 games out of first place.
There we go. That
And
fixed it.
believe it or not, 2023 was their 7th consecutive losing season.
Spencer Strider, here comes the windup of the pitch.
It's the outside corner.
A little bit off the corner,
Yeah, it's
so
a little bit
1-1 the
different
count.
look up there in Detroit now than the days where they had, Verlander, Scherzer, and David Price, 3 Cy Young winners in their rotation. Big high-dollar players all over the field.
Pitch inside.
2-1 the count.
The last time they had a winning record, they had 86 wins that year. They haven't won their division since 2014, but they've got a lot of good young talent on the way, and they feel like their luck's going to be changing soon.
Here comes the
2-1.
pitch.
Line drive through the right side.
That's going to be out
To the right, hitting the bag at second, and holding
right
now
field,
is
so that's
Kreidler.
going to be another base hit.
And Kreidler and McKinstry.
We're going to have runners on
back-to-back
first
singles to get it
and
going for the
second.
Tigers
No
here in the
outs.
third.
Top of the third. Detroit now in scoring position.
Sarno is going to go out and have a little chat with Spencer Strider. Try to get him to reset, refocus. Men on first and second, no outs here. Try to limit the damage as much as he can.
He's faced 10 batters, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's allowed 3 base hits. And what are you noticing out of Spencer to this point?
Yeah, I think he was hoping his fastball command to be a little better.
This is
today.
his worst game of the spring training so far.
Zone with it a little bit, where
That's for sure.
that makes that pitch just a little bit more hittable. Still not easy to hit.
Hey,
Still
what's
90
up, brother?
But a little bit easier.
Wenzel Perez takes one high and away.
And that's the challenge. Of
Mr. H Town Sports. Welcome in, brother.
They're better up in the zone, but there's just not as many called
Mr.
strikes.
Russell Hall.
Sometimes you do have to come back in.
I addressed your question
bottom
earlier
zone
about the
to get
Acuna
a called
injury.
strike.
Welcome
No
in both.
called strike. So when we envision a strike zone in our mind, we see that square or even rectangle, really, right there over the plate in front of the hitters. But that could be a little bit misleading, given
Remember, everybody,
where some of the strikes are called.
the channel is
On one
partially
swing and miss.
monetized
It
now.
might look more like a
We
pyramid.
finally made it that
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, that. So I always
And
imagine
I
like
can
a
accept
shoebox
super
turned
chats
on
and
its,
super
its long
stickers.
end, and
Currently have a
the
super
top,
chat
I
goal
would
of
say top quarter of the
$150.
shoebox,
We've reached
the
102
called
of
strike
that.
rate is just much lower than anywhere
So
else.
if you
in
have the
strike
means
zone.
and you'd like to
Umpires
help
have
us
gotten
while a
better.
streamer out, and
1-2
just
pitch.
before I finish
Slow,
that,
2-2.
always remember that
Umpires have gotten better about
all
calling the top of the strike zone
proceeds
since there's been
are redirected
computerized
back
pitch
into the
tracking,
stream in one
but
way
it's still it's
or
harder
another.
to get a called strike at the top of the zone, especially like you mentioned
So-
in the corners at the top of the zone.
If you'd like to help out, please feel free to dig in that pocket and send those super chats this way.
2-2 to Perez. Runners go. Pitch is popped up. Should be playable if they can find it towards foul ground.
Oh, he just
Landed
misses
foul.
it. Foul ball.
Forrest Wall had a long way to go. David Fletcher, the third baseman, was running to cover the bag because the runners are on the move. If they're not moving, there's a good chance he gets over there and makes the play. But he wasn't going to be able to stop, spin around, find the ball, and then go get it. So it's a second life for Wenzel Perez with a 2-2 count. I've got a question about that pattern of low strikes versus high strikes.
Hey, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping in. You guys are just joining us. The score is currently 0-0.
Ryder ready. He deals. Check swing. Didn't go.
That's 3-2 the
Is
count.
that
Full
the-
boat.
is that
No
pattern
outs.
The main reason that we've
Top
seen
of the third with
catchers
runners
go
on
for it to
first
go
and
down to a knee
second.
to try to
Tigers
swipe
are
up and
threatening
steal a
here.
low strike.
Yeah, so if you think about where the umpire stands, he's usually behind the catcher. There's a little bit more room for wiggle room down there to manipulate the ball at the bottom of the strike zone so that, you can present it. If you catch it on the way up, you can kind of present it as being just a touch higher. And if you hold it, at the bottom of the zone, the catcher, Tyler Flowers.
I think I'm actually going to have to change that goal. See, it says that we've brought in 102. There's 102 that's come in total,
The runners
but
go again. They do not. 3-2. Out off again.
YouTube takes a cut of it. And
And given that you're getting
unfortunately,
more strikes at the bottom of the
if
zone,
you use an
you're
Apple
gonna get more
phone
catchers trying to swipe
and
that
you
up
go to send
squeeze
a
that
super
into the
chat
bottom portion of the
donation
zone
or
and
a
get
super
that call
sticker,
strike.
not only does YouTube take 35% of that,
trying to pitch in the
but
strike
Apple
zone,
Pay
strikes, trying to be
takes
more efficient with
35%
pitches
of
and
that.
get deeper into the game.
So really,
3-2 and a ground
Really,
ball
that
to second.
should
Ozzie
it
can't
should
come up with
reflect
it.
and
It
say
deflects
that it's
off of his
more
leg. Coming
around
third, looking to
$50.
score. Kreidler to the third.
Got him!
By Travis.
Got him at the plate!
What a play!
Got him! Coming in!
Hard hit ground.
Beautiful!
From him
Good job,
Orlando
D-Train.
Arcia. And Arcia able to get to it and gun to the plate. A lot of movement by Orlando. By the time he went to it, his feet were in shadow.
Nice!
And once he got it to Travis, Travis lunged to his left and got the incoming Kreidler for the out. Nice play.
Great.
It looked
great
like
awareness there by
Albies.
Arcia,
He
and then
tried to
make that
dive
throw in
after
such a
it.
hurry,
It
he threw
bounced
a little bit
off
the
him.
line, so Travis had to lunge
Arcia-
to his left, and I think he actually tagged
Arcia
Kreidler
had
with his
enough
left hand.
presence of mind to
The
grab that
baseman
ball and
put his
chuck
hands up,
it
he was
to
flagging,
the
and Travis just
home
barely
plate
nicked that
where
left hand for the
D-Train
out.
caught him running by. Was able to
There's a
tag him
pitch
out.
inside. That'll be a base hit. So it's a base hit for Wenzel Perez. McKinstry down to second.
So we have
put
one
out.
out, runners on first and
first out of
second,
the
top
inning.
of the third,
Still no score.
1-0 count,
Third.
and still a tie
One-0
game,
from Strider. Got That
0-0.
one by the swinging bat of Kerry Carpenter.
So what I was saying is Spencer was trying to pitch in the zone more for strikes, and I think it was a few weeks into the season. Where
This
Rick
by
Franz
far
kept
has
a lot,
been
and he just went out there and
Spencer's
Spencer's ear a little
weakest
bit and
looking
said, hey,
game
let's just
so
attack
far.
the strike zone with your best stuff.
1-1, ground ball to second. Could
Ground
be two.
ball,
Ozzie spins,
over to
throws, there's
second,
one. Orlando
over to
to
first, double
double
play.
Oh, that's some nice
There
play
you
right
go.
up the
That's
middle
the
by
way to
Ozzie
do it,
on that play,
boys.
and Orlando the prior play. And that gets Spencer out of the jam there in the top of the
So that's
third.
going to
No
leave
runs,
two
three hits,
Tigers
no
on the
errors,
plate.
one left. Still scoreless into the bottom of the third inning.
Two left stranded. So we're going to head to the bottom of the third where we'll see if the Braves can come up and put some points on the board. Great. What a way to end that inning. So what are you up to there, Cobe? You at work or on your phone or something? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Nobody said anything to me that they can't, so everything seems to look like everything's checking out. He's over there. He's over there. All right, we're back down on the field.
8-9-1 coming up with the Braves here in the bottom of the third inning. It's a scoreless ball game. Braves and Tigers on a sunny, nice day here in Southwest Florida. Great to have you with us.
Luis Liberto will be
Network.
batting
This is low
first.
to Louis Liberato.
JP Martinez on deck, and Forrest Wall will
There's
be in the
Liberato,
hole.
Martinez, and Wall. For the
Wall
Braves here
will
in
be the
bottom
top of
third
the order
inning.
again.
Reese Olson kicks and fires. Liberato takes breaking ball for a called strike.
Now, how the hell was that a
Defense to the
strike? I
top of the
mean,
inning. Good
that
throws around the
was.
infield.
Oh,
Braves
I'd
got
have
a
to see
double
that one
play.
again, but that looked like that
Also
was
an out of
plenty
play.
high.
1-1, big lunge and a miss by Liberato.
But, you know, some umps.
Good crowd. Great day to be out there on that berm. They're out there by
Wow,
dozens.
messing with wow
Their
stuff.
beach
All right.
blankets, taking in the Braves and the
Cool.
Tigers.
Well, I appreciate you
Leaning
stopping
their
in and
tapes.
hanging
There's a
out.
1-2 pitch, low and outside.
It's funny, Ben. First step out of my hotel this morning, I think the wind was gusting at 20+ miles an hour. I just laughed thinking about the carnage today, but I wasn't right. It's actually not too windy today. It's a beautiful day, like you mentioned.
Remember, everybody
Two,
hit
shot
those
out to
lights.
second, taken knee high on one bounce by Colt Keith. Had his throw over to first base in time for the out. Yeah, your first trip down here, man, you've had some good weather. been a nice week for you down here. It's been about 80 and sunny everywhere we've been. As you're wrapping up your first tour of duty here in the Grapefruit League this spring. And I know we'll see you for, 3 more games down the road this spring?
Yep, right towards the end of spring training.
And then we'll see you a lot this summer. G.P. Martinez takes called strike. It has been fun to have you down here alongside Darren O'Day. Ben Ingram here with you. Joe back with us come Thursday after the off day tomorrow. There's the 0-1 hit well towards center.
There's going to be a fly ball out center. Underneath, caught, out number 2.
Down here in the 3rd inning.
We've also had some pretty well-played games, Ben. Knock on wood. We've had some good quality baseball. Some great pitching from the Braves, which I've really enjoyed watching. I feel
so here we go, top of the order.
Especially with this team's roster, pitching is the thing you want to see in spring
Forrest
training.
Ball 0 for 1 on the day. He had a strikeout.
And you know those guys are going to hit with their track record. So great to see that early in the year, see these guys getting in their groove.
Yeah, it's been exciting seeing the level of pitching that the Braves have displayed this spring. Forrest Wall takes the ball low. Those guys are excited, man. Thinking about some of those relievers as well. There's a 1-0 pitch to Forrest Wall that swung on and missed. I'm very excited to see what
big swing and a miss on that one.
Because you look at it top to bottom, and they can be as good as they want to be. And it's such a good group down there, and a great group in the rotation as well. Forrest Wall fouls one off, 1-2.
Yeah, the Braves bullpen could have 2 lines of plus pitchers. When line 1 needs a night off, line 2 will get in there and be just as dominant. That's really how you get through a season without injuries, is having multiple guys you trust in those late innings. And they certainly have a lot of options down there.
Ball and 2 strikes on Forrest Wall. They'll send one foul. Chatting with Joe Jimenez last night and Pierce Johnson today, and they have said what so many others I've heard say this spring. They know they can go out there and be amongst the best in Major League Baseball, but here we are, February turning March, and the goal is the highest goal. And they
Here
know
comes
that.
a pitch.
1-2 pitch, slug foul.
Swing, foul ball.
And I like teams that can verbalize
1 and 2 to
those
count.
goals.
We'll do it
It's
again.
not just,
2
well, we
outs.
hope we're a good
Bottom of
team
the
and we'll
3rd.
just see what happens in October. No, it's much
Score
more
still
focused than
tied,
that,
0-0.
where so many players are saying our
I was a
goal
bit
is to
surprised
win it
that we
all.
went this
They know they're
far
capable of that, and
before
that's the
seeing
goal.
some offense.
Certainly are some very lofty expectations in this organization. If you look back just 6-7 years ago, they weren't that. In the first year I got to Atlanta, we kind of snuck into the playoffs, and we weren't really ready to be there.
1-2 low and in.
I don't know if you remember 2018, we played the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
And I just remember we were running around with our chickens with our heads cut off, just trying to prepare for the series with a young bullpen, and that certainly is not the case this season.
2-2, whacked out towards right center field and down for a base hit. Forrest Wall, big turnaround first. Now he's going to go for second, and the ball is dropped out in right field.
Oh, he's moving to third.
Here he comes, and he's in there with
Safe.
a first slide.
Safe.
That's some great hustle all the way around the bases by Forrest Wall, and excellent awareness.
You said it, awareness and hustle, just seeing the outfielder bobble the ball and taking second
He
base.
hits it out to the outfielder. Outfielder bobbles the
He
ball.
knows he can run a little bit.
He's got wheels, and he had him on display right there. Great slide into third.
If I'm Brian Snitker or Alex Anthopoulos watching that play, that's a guy that I want on my roster during the season.
100%.
It's to do that, to have that kind of awareness and have that kind of speed to close the deal.
Bad in the hands of Ozzie. Ozzie takes one high. It was
pretty crazy that
fielder Madris
it was
that he took.
It was a shorter
Forrest himself making that aggressive
shorter
turn.
hit out there to the
Calls
right
the error
center
by
fielder
Madris.
or
Once
right
he bobbled it,
fielder.
Forrest, that's all he needed. He
Right
took
fielder
second and
bobbled the
third.
ball,
1-0 low and in.
and he was able to move on
And they'll go base hit
from
E9
first to
on
second.
Madris.
And I can't believe he made it, but he did. I mean, he went
on the last 2 innings.
he went from home
Olson's
plate
gone
all the
from
way to third
windup
on that.
you pitch from with nobody on to the stretch. He struggled to locate. He's gone right to 2-0 here. Last time he went right to 3-0. Sometimes starting pitchers, when they're in a groove and they get one guy on, great at bat by Forrest Wall. We didn't get to talk about it because of the great base running play, but he fouled off a bunch of really tough pitches to finally get one to poke to the outfield there.
Now a hitter's count on Ozzie. Base hit would score the first run of the ball game for either team. Currently scoreless.
Here
2-0
comes the
pitch.
pitch.
Popped up, spinning.
Ozzy, fly ball. Out of bounds.
Shade covering the ballpark
Foul
right
ball.
now as the clouds cover up the sun. Nice cool breeze across the field, blowing out towards left field. Ozzy's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, looking to drive in the run.
Come on, Ozzy.
2 on pitch. He reaches and misses. At a 2-2 count. Liberato grounded out. Martinez flied out. Wall with the base hit and then the 2-base error to get him to third.
All right, here we go. Here comes the pitch.
Ozzy awaits. 2-2 pitch. And he
Swing
swings
and
and
miss.
misses at strike 3. That's a really tough pitch.
That's going to
delivered
wrap
by
it up.
Olson.
The Braves are going to leave one
They get
stranded
this
on
fourth strikeout of
third.
the ball game. So the Braves strand a runner at third. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We've completed 3. We head to the top of the 4th inning. No score.
As he said, top of the 4th, no score. Hey, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping in. If you're just joining us, we're in the top of the 4th, I believe. Top of the 4th. Tie game 0-0. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Braves nothing into the top of the 4th inning. And before we get things going, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Atlanta Braves baseball. Alongside Darren Odachowski, Ben Ingraham with him.
Strider's still out there in the top of the 4th.
Scoreless into the top of the 4th inning. Spencer Strider facing Justin Henry Malloy, Colt Keith, and Carson Kelly. Malloy takes.
There we go. Strike 1.
Sun pops back out, lighting up this ballpark. Man, what a beautiful day. Grapefruit League game number 12 for the Braves. 0-1. Made him look foolish there. Check swing. They say that he didn't go. Thought he committed from here, but a 1-1 count. How about the Cardinals, who have not homered yet? Did you read about them?
Yeah, that's wild to hear, man.
Oh, J-Chad says that they hit a home run today, their first of the spring. 1-1, swung on, missed. They were looking at some of the stats earlier before the game, and they had not homered yet this spring. That changed today in their 9th game. Only one team has scored fewer runs. That's the Marlins, as they've only scored 27 this spring. Pirates coming in today have homered 18 times. Pirates leading Major League Baseball in spring training home runs entering today. Braves have hit a dozen. 1-2, a wave and a miss by Justin Henry Malloy. Went away with the slider. One out here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, it looks like Spencer's kind of refined that slider a little bit here in the
Hey,
late
Kenneth,
part of
how
the
you
3rd
doing?
inning and now in the 4th inning. Little more truer break that we're used to seeing from last season. That was a nice one to put him away.
I'll be honest here, I'm struggling a little bit, my friend. I need a little more
Colt
interactiveness
Keith.
with
Well,
the
the
guys
ground
in
ball
the
out
chat
to
and
first.
stuff.
Marcelo
Getting a little
Zuna has it
tired.
nicely. There's a toss to the bag. Spencer's there. Good play by Marcel, who's playing first base today, and 2 down. Well, Spencer would love a quick 1, 2, 3, 4th. The plan for him today was to have 4 innings of work.
Didn't even get on the computer to
traffic
start getting ready for the stream until about 11:30 today.
The 4th would be great.
Yeah, that's always the goal. You know, you want to get all your innings in with the amount of pitches you're allowed to throw. Travis Darno doing a veteran catcher move, moseying on out there to the mound to either A, give Spencer a break from running to first base, or B, give the guy warming up in the bullpen a little more time in case he needs to go.
As Roldy Munoz tossing in the Braves bullpen. If you had pitched with a pitch clock and you had to play at first base, do you think you'd have gone to meet with the catcher at the plate?
All right, here we go. Here comes the pitch.
There's a called strike.
Yeah.
We're
strike.
talking one way or the other. I need some time.
95-mile-an-hour fastball.
So probably, you know, I don't know how long it takes the trainer to bring a tank of oxygen out to the mound, but however that long is what I need.
Oh, and the Kelly fouled off. Nothing in 2.
Foul ball.
I mean, everybody jokes about pitchers not being athletes, but we train to do one thing, and that's to throw this ball into the shoebox, and that's what we're good at. That doesn't mean we're good at other things. I always love when people ask, hey, why couldn't you hit? Well, because that's a completely different set of skills.
0-2. Kelly with a swing and a miss. Yeah, that's like asking a left tackle why can't hit a free throw.
Right.
Just because you're an athlete doesn't mean you can do everything.
Yeah.
It's good
That's
inning.
going to be
for
out
Spencer
number
Strider.
3.
Put the breaking ball in
We're
there.
head to the
Got a
bottom
1,
of
2,
the
3
4th.
inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. No score.
Where we're going to see if the Braves can put some points on the board. I haven't received anything back from Maverick yet. I will just give him a jingle.
Out there.
What's that, buddy?
Did you send these out or were they out there?
No. No.
These are original ones.
Oh, yeah. I don't like those. But, go ahead and put those out there. That way I don't eat them all. Huh? Oh, they're bought for you? Well, go ahead. Oh, okay. Hello? I forgot I'd already hit the button. It was going through his voicemail thing. Not sure what's going on. Normally, when he's at work, have you seen him, Kenneth, then? Have you actually talked to him or something? I've not had any discussion with him. I know he said last night that where he's working that there's a bunch of rain that was supposed to be coming in and that he might be sent home
Bottom 4
early.
here at Cool Today Park. Score still knotted up, 0-0.
All right, so we got Orlando Arcia
Tigers
at bat,
pitcher,
who's 0 for 1
Flores,
today.
No, not that one you're
He's
thinking.
got a .167 average with a
First pitch from Flores.
.648
Comes
OPS
in
and 1 home
just
run
missing Arcia on the hand.
on the spring training season. First pitch is
different
going to be a
Wilmer
ball.
Flores, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm still a little new to this, so I had me a little rattled between innings trying to find Wilmer Flores. Part 2.
1-0.
There we go. That's going to be a base hit out to the right fielder.
Lead off single for Orlando Arcia. And that's how the Braves welcome Flores into the ball game. Flores, big right-hander, 6'4", 225 out of Valencia, Venezuela. Went to Arizona Western College in Yuma, Arizona.
All right, so we got Marcelo the Bung Ozuna at bat. He's 0 for 1 today with a .500 batting average and a 1.349 OPS and 1 home run in the spring training.
Final line on the starter, Reese Olson. 3 innings.
Come on, Bung.
2 hits. No
Put her
runs,
out,
4
baby.
strikeouts. He had a solid day.
Yeah, it was tidy work for him.
Come on.
1-0 to Olson.
Ooh.
Right over the
Called a
outside
strike,
corner with a 96
so
mile an hour
running
fastball.
that going to be 1-1?
No runs, 4 hits,
1-1 to
errors
count.
for Detroit.
No outs. Runner
No
on
runs,
first.
3
Bottom of the
hits,
fourth.
No errors for the Braves.
Tie score 0-0.
Ozuna takes one high. Snap throw down to first by Carson Kelly. Tag is late. They're trying to catch Arcia napping over there, and he's back in there with a dive. Ozuna, 1 home run this spring. Getting some play at first base today.
Comes the pitch.
2-1 is
High and outside.
If he
So
plays
2-1 the ball.
at first base in a
3-1 the
major
count.
league game, it'll be the very first time he's ever done it in the regular season.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that he's willing to try that. You know, I always used to see him
3-1.
goofing around
We'll
with
see
walks,
if
doing
Zuna
infield
swings
drills,
at this
and
next
see
one.
him taking ground balls. I never thought it would actually lead to him playing first base.
Getting that chance today. 3-1 on a ground ball.
Oh, it's going to be a double.
Toss it to second. There's one. Kreidler to first
There's
base.
two.
For a double play. 4-6-3. That wipes away Arcia.
4-6-3 double
Ozuna.
play.
2 down for Travis d'Arnaud. Coming off the bat, you're hoping it's hit weak enough where they only get the 1 out. That had just enough juice on it for the Tigers to turn 2. In the top of the 5th, we're expecting to see Charlie Morton on the mound for the first time this spring. Pitch up and into Travis d'Arnaud. Spencer Strider, 4 innings today, a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings, and then worked around a couple of jams in the other 2. Fouled off the foot of Travis d'Arnaud. That sends him down to the ground. And he slowly gets up. He's all right. Ball to strike on d'Arnaud.
Wilmer Flores, part due, showing a nice heater, 97, 96, 97. That's right where Travis likes it. Travis told me he doesn't like guys that throw slow because it's below his hitting speed.
All right, so just talked to Mr. Maverick.
First pitch fastball.
Says it's
1-1
looking.
fouled off.
He's looking to be off work in the next 20 minutes
He's
or
got an
so.
uncanny ability to time up a heater.
They must have got
no matter how
quite a bit
fast
of
they
rain
are.
there today.
Staring at a 1-2 count here. d'Arnaud 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Yeah, he's
Went down
only
swinging
getting
in the
off a
second
little
inning.
early. Normally, I think he gets off normally at
Waiting on the
3:30.
1-2 pitch from the tall, lean righty Flores.
So
Here
hour
it
and a half
comes.
early today.
Bounced in front of the plate. Travis picks it up off the chest protector of Carson Kelly and lobs it himself over to the Braves dugout.
The catcher's got
Laney, what's
Coach
up?
Sal Fasano likes to say the catchers are the backbone of the team, and I agree with him. And that's particularly true in the case of Travis and Sean Murphy here.
Absolutely, ma'am.
2 fouls.
All the Braves games,
The concourse down the right
it
field
seems
line.
during the spring training
my
have
money,
been
that's
at
the most important
12:05
position on the
Central.
field. A
So
good
all
catcher
new
that's
games for the
good
Braves
at calling
so far.
games and handling the pitching staff can change the whole identity of that pitching staff. You look at somebody like Adley Rushman in Baltimore. Well, as soon as he got there,
Certainly
they
happy
be
that
pretty
you
good.
stopped by.
2 grounded foul. Well, if that's true, then the Braves have a pretty good backbone.
Right. Travis has been here for a few years now, and
Getting
not
the
just
old
the
crew
backbone
back
in terms of
together.
playing on the field,
Still
but
waiting
a
to see
great
old
guy,
Mean
a great
Gene
leader.
pop in.
Uh,
Certainly could
He's
use
a connector. He brings people together.
use his funniness.
Always has a great joke.
Yes, ma'am. It's been a
Yeah.
long time.
If you need a good conversation, game gets
very
a little
well
slow,
has.
you go to Travie D.
He's your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be streaming on way more consistent
Bases empty,
basis
2 down,
now.
no score, bottom of the 4th.
My internet company finally. I mean,
Wind up in the 2-2
my
pitch.
upload has never
Swing
been
and a
this
miss.
great. Never.
Fastball 99.
In the 6 years I've been with them,
Flores
it's
with a
never
really
been
good
like
fastball
this.
on display there in the bottom
I
of the
now
4th
have a
inning.
20
And that
megabit
ends that
per
frame.
second
We will see
upload.
Charlie Morton on the mound when we come back
And
into
the
the top of the 5th
streams
inning.
work very
no
well.
score through 4.
I haven't seen JT. Personally, on my stream, I haven't seen JT, but he did pop in over on Mav's stream the other night, so it was good to see him. Sounds like he got some good news finally. I believe he said his sister was gonna donate a kidney to him. So that's good, man. I'm certainly glad he's gonna get that part of his health taken care of, and I wish the best for him. Nothing but the best for him. Well, Lane, since since the last time I seen you, some things going on. I still haven't hit that 1,000 subscriber goal yet, but I did get accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. I currently can only accept super chats and super stickers. Basically, what we have to do is you have to make $100. You have to make $100 within 30 days, or $100 overall to start, and then you start getting monthly revenue from them. I know it says I got 102, but what that doesn't reflect is YouTube took 35. I had a $2 super chat and a $100 super chat. YouTube took 35% of that $100 one, and Apple Pay took 35%. So I only ended up with like $30 of it. But yeah, it is what it is. But we are, like I said, we're able to take the super chats, and the memberships is on their way. I already have them implemented. I just have not activated them because I'm still adding in custom badges and little emojis and whatnot. All that will release when the season releases. Yeah, I really felt that Apple taking a cut of it too was a little crazy. Not only did YouTube hit it, but so did Apple. I could see YouTube doing it. You know, it's their platform and whatnot. But Apple Pay hitting it just because you use their phone to send the money is just crazy. And to take the amount that they took, $30. They pretty much took $30 just for 30 out of that 100 for it to be sent. But hey, we're plugging away. I think really what I need to do, instead of it saying 102, I really should put what's actually left over for me. Because out of both, I have like $48, 46 or 48 that's been made. But I just put in the total amounts of what had been sent. Well, thanks. Thanks, Kenneth. No, Kenneth, I have not seen. I don't believe I've seen Jeremy yet either. Oh, sorry, Lane. JT. JT was, because last season he was going through dialysis and stuff for his kidney. And he, like I said the other night, he stopped in for a stream that Mav and I were doing over on Mav's channel, and he talked that his sister was gonna donate a kidney, was gonna give him one of hers. So I think that's really good news. Just so thankful for him.
But if you go to Baseball
I got
Reference,
to talk to
you
you guys.
look
Sorry
at
about
the
that. I
career
didn't
for
get
Charlie
sound back
Morton,
in.
And looking at the numbers year in, year out, you can see when.
So we got
it really
Charlie
clicked with him
Morton
as a
pitching
pitcher.
for the
His
Atlanta
stuff,
Braves.
What he wants to do, his mentality. 1-0 just missed the inside corner. Because you go back
2-0 the
7-8
count.
years of his career, most
One
of his
out,
career
run
in
around
Pittsburgh,
first, top of the
he's a sinker
fifth.
ball pitcher.
Yeah.
And he's pitching to contact. And he told me one time, he said, frankly, I was bored doing that. I wanted to get strikeouts. 2-0 pitch.
That's going to be a strike right down the middle. 94 mile an hour fastball.
Well, when they brought him over,
2-1 the count.
Really changed his identity as a pitcher. So not only did he get better results, I think he enjoyed the art of pitching more at that point.
D's popped in
Punch-outs are
a
so
few
much
times.
They go off to first base, close play, back in with a dive, Madriz.
I remember Charlie being one of the handful of guys that saw the success.
We
that
picked up
Doc
a few
Holliday was
subscribers
having,
yesterday.
and kind of mimicking that. And Charlie came out the next year throwing exactly like Roy Halladay. You know, sinker, cutter.
Yeah,
He
me
kinda stuck with
too.
that for a few years.
Me too, Laney.
2-1 fouled back. 2-2.
Yesterday I
17-year
did a
career,
stream
you're
for the
gonna go through
Braves,
some
and
iterations of how you get guys out. And Charlie's so gifted
it wasn't. It was
that he was
radio
pretty good even when
broadcasted.
He was a
So
sinker cutter guy, and he's
I know it doesn't make any
Now he's
difference
throwing
for you
the big
guys because
curveball
we
that
don't show live
he's famous for,
video
and
feed of it
still
anyways.
really, really good.
But somebody had asked
No
about
score,
doing
top of the fifth.
Yankees game, and I was going to
Gordon's
go ahead
2-2.
and do it. So
A little bit high, 3-2.
I had a few people had
Do you
me
feel like watching him,
subscribe to the channel, and Mav and I had just been talking the night before, where he had said he'd like to do some early games, but he never gets the opportunity because he's always at work.
Charlie, I feel like he's throwing as hard and
And,
harder now than he ever has.
it just so
Running on the
happened he
move
got
on the
off,
3-2 count, and that missed
like,
inside for ball 4.
At 1 o'clock
he
his
really
time
is.
yesterday,
Like Benjamin
1:30, something like that.
The opposite way.
Maybe 2 o'clock. It was early, is all I
Now,
know.
if he stays healthy,
So I
this
offered
season,
it
he's
to
looking
him.
at getting his 2,000th inning pitch
And,
his 2,000th strikeout.
He said he would
Two
do
clear
it.
marks
Those
that,
same people
to
went to
me,
his channel and
Are a real
subscribed.
achievement.
And
He's
he
been
had a
doing it
really
well
nice
and doing it
stream
for a
last
long
night.
time.
He had 7, 8, 900 people come through the
120
stream, and
strikeouts.
I think he picked up a
Ball
total
outside.
of 5 or
He
6
had
subs
183
yesterday.
last
So
year.
he had a good day.
So if he's healthy, he should reach that mark, and he needs
I told him I
just
look
under
out for
40
him.
innings.
I wasn't
2,000
selfish. I
innings
could have
pitched
done
in
that
the big
stream
league.
and hoarded it all to
Here's the
myself.
one to Zach
but,
McKinstry. He swings, and it's a high fly ball.
Oh,
Deep
high
right
fly
field.
ball out to the
Liberado's
track.
going back at the warning
Underneath
track,
it,
squares
caught.
up to it, makes the catch.
that's going to be an out.
Runners tag and hold. Little breeze out towards left, and that fly ball to right gets knocked down a little bit. And two
That should
away
be
here.
out.
I'm not sure what Bly Madris was doing there at second base. That's a ball you should easily tag up and be standing at third base now. But yeah, that one looked like
Yep.
it had a chance. But
2 outs.
like we said, pretty
Top
calm
of the
wind
fifth.
today, blowing out a
Runners
little
on
bit to
first
left
and
field,
second.
that ball was hit out the right.
2 down for Wenzel Perez.
Perez 1 for 2.
Tigers nothing, Braves
1 for 2
nothing.
today.
First pitch in there called strike.
Strike 1 for the first pitch.
Braves in the bottom of the inning will have White, Fletcher, and Liberato coming up.
Yeah, several streams back, lady,
Like taking the old
I
one.
had somebody throw me $100
It's a bit
super
low.
chat. I was
They get a 1-1
I
count
was
on
so-
Wenzel Perez.
so shocked, and I was like,
That's a strike all
wow,
day,
thank
Glenn.
you so much.
It's spring training for the umpires too.
It's really cool to see good-hearted people
Just
like
one
that
out.
out there, man.
1-1, that's low. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I want these spring training umpires to
I sent
widen
Mav,
that keyhole.
we were doing a stream on his a couple nights ago, and I sent him a
Balls
super
at a
chat.
strike on Perez. Charlie Morton.
See, he's still sitting in the same position I am.
2-1
You
over
gotta
inside,
reach
a
that
3-1
threshold
count.
of 100
I
before
never
they'll
thought I'd
start
say
letting
this, but I'm
you,
excited to see
before they start
what I think
sending
is inevitably
you
going to happen,
a
which is
monthly
the
revenue
pitch challenge
check for
system
what you've
where
made.
where the batter can
So they
challenge
hold
balls or
everything
strikes.
until
I
you
think that'd be great.
until you
Hearing
reach
from
that
the guys
$100
that experience that in
$100
minor leagues,
threshold.
They love that
And it
system.
don't count like
3-1 and a big bounce.
It doesn't count that
Marcelo Zuna, he
the
scoops it clean.
H-Town Sports
Nice play
sent
by
me a
Marcel right behind the
$100
bag.
super chat. It doesn't
Was
work
able
that
to
way.
reach down and scoop it about half high.
It's
and take
what's
it to the
left
back of the assistant
after.
out. Very good play.
Like if you
No
send it
runs,
through
no
Apple,
hits,
they take a
no
cut, and
errors.
YouTube takes
Two
a
left.
cut.
Halfway home.
Whatever's
We're at
left
the bottom
over,
of the fifth inning, no
that's
score.
what you get. And that's how they go
I think
about
he'll be
that.
sure.
I thought I was going to hit that $100 with that one, but it didn't work that way. But we're on our way. We're still working at it. Got a lot of cool things planned for this season. The Golden Broom celebrations are only going to get better. Definitely already got some things in the works for giving some things away. Definitely, I plan on doing a t-shirt from the MLB.com. Basically, how that'll work, though, is when I release the membership tiers, certain tier levels, you'll get your name whenever we do the wheel. Your name will be on there, and if it lands on you, basically you would have to give me your address and all that stuff, and like the size that you need and whatnot. But I'll go to MLB.com and purchase a T-shirt or whatever it is that we decide at the time that we're giving away. Still trying to work out the logistics of that, but yeah, we plan on doing that after the season starts. Yes, we do. We already got 2 golden. I was gonna do golden brooms through spring training, but basically, almost every game is a single series game, so I could be in the whole 20 golden broom celebrations, and I'm not quite ready for them yet. So we do have 2 that we will celebrate over the next couple weeks. We got 23 days, I do believe, from today. We are 23 days out from opening day against the Philadelphia Phillies. I actually think what I want to do is one of those golden brooms, we're going to celebrate on opening day. Got here's an example of some of the little emojis that we're working on. See that there? I'm Maverick's biggest fan. Got my buddy's face on my shirt, all decked out in Atlanta outfit stuff. That's because I'm Maverick's biggest fan. And I have so many more, too. It's just getting them all in. And then I got loyalty badges that are coming along pretty cool. I know you guys have seen them. You guys are part of other YouTube channels that have all that stuff, but it's all new to me.
Liberato swings and misses. Top 3-4 golfers in that clubhouse for 2024. Who you like?
Oh, you're going to make me say this.
Absolutely.
I got to stay on top of keeping that sound going for you guys. Sorry about that. We're in the bottom of the 5th, one out. Runner on first. Score still tied at nothing.
Inside.
Austin Riley.
Been a really good
striking clinic.
Really good defensive game, and the pitching's
been a heavy touch around the green sometimes.
Pitching's done fairly well.
Matt Olson,
I mean, we're sitting here.
Pretty good player. If he's having a bad day,
we got here.
House on the left side of the fairway.
Both teams have four hits.
Snappy sometimes.
But Detroit has 2 errors already.
But a good player told me recently he shot I think he said 74.
Wow.
I said, was there a retaining wall down the left side of the fairway of all 18 holes or what? Golf being one of the main hobbies of baseball players, probably the most passionate.
Yes, sir, Kenneth.
Yeah, that's probably the top
Angels
of the
play the Dodgers tonight. If all goes well, the plan is that I will be streaming that as part of my doubleheader. I didn't get it scheduled in last night.
Down for JP Martinez.
I had some buddies on Discord wanting me to come play some games.
I forgot Minter as well.
And then it got a little bit late, so
he's in the middle of the fairway.
I haven't been sleeping very well, and I only had 3 hours of sleep.
Golf without some trips into the woods.
I did a doubleheader yesterday. Yeah. I streamed, and then I streamed with Maverick when he got home.
Called strike on JP Martinez.
And I only had 3 hours of sleep from the night before for all of that. And then I might have got 3.5 hours.
Nice short game
last night.
Day.
Like I said, I just haven't been sleeping very well, tossing and turning.
One blew that by him.
Haven't been feeling the greatest.
So lulls you to sleep and then just blitzes right.
But I tell you what, YouTube's a grind, and you got to do it.
If you
don't do it, they won't put you one bit.
He throws gas. He's got a little baby mullet going. Golf game, no flair, except for he likes to wear salmon-colored shirts.
Unfortunately, my last few streams hasn't been a lot of chat talk. And chat talk definitely helps.
And you're
the
still
more
hanging with your golf
interactive,
game.
the
You're
more
still hanging right there
interactive
with
you
them.
guys
They're
are
better
with
than
the
some of them, wouldn't you
stream and
say?
with me and
Yeah, we'll
with the
find an opportunity
likes
to brag on yourself.
and the chat messages.
1, 2.
That
I think
all
it's a piece of
play.
I like to exceed expectations.
That
man.
all
Yeah.
plays a
Golf
part
game's a little
in
rusty.
the algorithm pushing us.
My current hobbies
So-
and my home golf course being closed have
Yeah,
cut
our
into my
chat's
time.
been a little
for
quiet
playing golf,
here and
so
there.
you never
But
know
not
where
today.
you stand until you get on that first tee box.
Got our best gal lady in here tonight. We got
Hedging
Kenneth
the bet
Clark
and making the
stopped
excuses
in.
before
We
you
got
even get to the
H-Town
tournament.
Sports.
1-2 pitch.
We
That'll
got
be fouled
Russell
back.
Hall.
That'll be great. I can't wait to hear
Thank you for
more
all
about
you
it.
guys stopping in and
See who comes away with the
participating in the
bragging
chat
rights.
for sure.
I think the most important player tomorrow is going to be Mother Nature. You know, we had, like you said, we've had great weather since I've been here. Beautiful days tomorrow. We got a little forecast for some rain.
Okay.
All right, so we
I
got
hope
2
it doesn't
outs.
cut into your off-day plans.
1 and 2 the count. Runner on first. Bottom of the fifth. Tie score 0-0.
1-2 to JP Martinez. That'll miss outside. Probably won't. You know, I was thinking to myself, well, I'd love to go do something, but at the same time, you get a chance to catch a few more Z's.
Yeah.
That might be tough to turn down.
I know Jay Chad's excited about his day of just diving into
Martinez
the
can get on base. We'll see Forrest Hall.
sitting on the couch.
Top of the
He's gonna have an
order for a
endorsement by the
third
time it's all
time.
said and done. Pitch misses high. 3-2 on JP Martinez. Well, that's the great thing about coming down to Brave spring training. Come down and catch the team play a game or two. We're 10, 15 minutes from the beach, depending on where you stay. And if the Braves have an off day or get done finish up early, you can go check out the beach.
Ball 4.
Ball up and in for ball 4. But it's a great
So
area.
we're going to have
If
runners
you've never
on
been down
first
here
and
to join us
second,
over
2
the course of
outs.
spring
Top of
training,
the
we'd
order
love to
coming
see you.
up.
About 3 weeks left in spring training. No score in the bottom of the 5th inning. Forrest Wall is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. And he could put the Braves on the board for the first time right here. Forrest takes first pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, now you got me thinking about golf, Ben. I'd be remiss in not mentioning Charlie Morton. He hits the ball farther than all these other guys in the clubhouse.
He can blast it, huh?
Oh, he's a freak.
1-0 touches the inside corner. 1-1.
I had him out to my club once, and I said, all right, here on this par 4, just hit it over this bunker. You'll be good. You'll have about 100 yards in. Well, he hits it over that bunker I pointed out, and he hit it 375 into a lake down there. I never anticipated that.
1-1. Swung on, missed by Wall.
Swing and a miss, so 1 and
So it
2
was
the
bad
count.
caddying, so we didn't give him a penalty stroke.
That's a
It
98-mile-an-hour
was my
fastball.
fault.
Yeah.
Martinez at first. Fletcher at second. 1-2 to Wall. In the dirt. Knocked
In
down
the
by
dirt.
catcher Kelly.
He's moving
The
to
runners take
third.
off, a throw down to
They
third.
got
David
him.
Fletcher.
Wow.
Kelly took that off the chest protector, but kept it in front of him. Was able to pounce on it and throw down to third base, and that dissolves
see
the
this
bottom of the
again.
fifth. The Braves and takes the bat out of the Forrest Wall's hands. So that ends the bottom of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors.
Come on,
and
let's see a better
1
replay
left.
than
We're at
that.
the top of the 6th inning. No score.
Well, that's it for that inning. Damn. These guys are not playing the best ball they can, that's for sure. Thank you for those likes. We're 5 likes, so we're 5 likes away from that 10 like goal. All right, we're back down to the field.
Second base, got the two Lukes on the second, the left side of the infield. Luke Waddell at short, Luke Williams at third. Kerry Carpenter takes the ball high and outside. Jordan Luplo is the new left fielder. Cody Milligan, the new center fielder. Sky Bolt is the new right fielder. Still Tromp behind the plate, and Morton on the mound. 1-0 pitch on the way to Kerry Carpenter. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down, 1-1. Sky Bolt's a great name, isn't it?
Definitely on the all-name team.
There's a 1-1 pitch. Then a miss outside. 2 balls and a strike on Kerry Carpenter.
All right, sorry about that, guys and gals. I'm back.
Carpenter 0 for 2.
Had to get a fan set up in here. It is
Called strike.
warm.
2-2. Charlie Morton last inning went walk, strikeout, walk, fly out, ground out. 2-2 to Carpenter. Into the air to right field. That humpback
That's going to
liner
be a
down for
base hit out to right field.
Leadoff single by Kerry Carpenter.
You mentioned Sky Bolt playing right field now. He used to train at the training gym I'd go to in the off season. I wasn't sure if he's from Atlanta, but he is. He went to Holy Innocents High School. Smart guy, went to UNC Chapel Hill for college. Fantastic name, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one. Keston Hira is pinch running for
All
Kerry
right, so
Carpenter.
we're in the top of the 6th. No outs. Run around first.
There's a called strike on Justin Henry Malloy.
That's going to be strike 1.
Tigers have Joey Wentz tossing in their bullpen. He was once a Braves farmhand. Pitch from Charlie, low and outside. Runner at first, no one out. Pitch to Malloy, a swing and a miss. For the Tigers, they've had no problems getting men on base. They have struggled with men on base. They have 5 hits, but nothing to show for it yet. Meanwhile, the Braves, no runs on 4 hits.
Here comes the
1-2 from
pitch.
Charlie. Hot shot.
That's
to
going to be
third,
over to
glove
third
by
base,
Williams.
to
Swings
second.
at the second. There's one.
The
Velazquez
first.
to first. There's 2.
Double
All the
play.
way around the horn. 5-4-3 in the second double play turned by the Braves in the ball game.
5-4-3 double play.
I think one thing the Braves do well, especially some of these backups, these guys that might not start the season on the roster, is they played great defense. You know, sometimes the defense can be hit or miss late in these games. And I've been here for a week now, and the defense has really been on point.
Called strike on Colt Keith. It's been good no matter who's been out there. We've seen some really good glove work. Colt Keith takes the ball high. This guy was taken in the 5th round
Top
of the
of the 6th, 2
2020
outs.
draft by the Tigers over his commitment to Arizona
1-1 the
State.
count.
Ball to strike to Keith. He swings and misses. And a 1-2 count on Keith.
Mr. Keith probably made the right choice since he's one of their top prospects, but he missed out on a lot of fun there at Arizona State.
Oh, man, did he? There's a 1-2. That's low and inside. And I was reading an interview that he gave, I guess, here recently, and somebody asked him about that decision to sign with the Tigers over his commitment to Arizona State, and he said, money aside, school just isn't my thing. I wanted to go play, and I'm thinking, anyone who goes to Arizona State, school is not their thing.
Swing and a miss. Strike
They're the
3.
academics. That'll be swung on a miss by Keith.
That's going to be it.
And
We're
that
heading to
is
the
the
bottom
top
of the 6th.
inning. No run.
See if the Braves can put some points on the board. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome into the channel. Appreciate you stopping in. Hey, if you're just joining us and you don't know what the scores are, we are heading to the bottom of the 6th with a tie score at 0.
I'm sorry, 25 games, 19 starts.
All right, so we got Jordan
Luplow.
Luplow.
Because I like Joey.
Luplow.
There's Jordan Luplow.
Luplow.
First pitch from Wentz misses down. All right, bunch of changes coming your way. Get to him in just a second. It's still Valade at first, but the rest of the infield is different.
The new right fielder is 81, TJ Hopkins.
There's a 1-0 pitch on the way to Luplow. Adam is low and inside. New second baseman is Jace Young. New shortstop is Edie's Leonard. And the new third baseman is Buddy Kennedy. There's the 2-0 pitch to Jordan Luplow. In for a called strike.
2-1 the count.
New left fielder is Justice Bigby. New right fielder is TJ Hopkins. This one's off the mitt and all the way to the backstop of Carson Kelly. How's your scorebook holding up today?
I had a little road bump here this last inning, but we'll figure it out.
I mean, you're making a little bit of progress day by day, right? There's a pitch high. And Luplow is aboard.
Yeah, for those that haven't tuned in, these spring training games are tough to score because of all the substitutions, especially around this time of the game. And I'm scorebook challenged, to say the least.
Yeah, when you come down here and call spring training games, it's more spring training of scoring a game than it is anything on the air, isn't it? Andrew Velazquez receives a called strike.
Yeah, it really is.
No scores. We're in the 6th inning. Wentz deals. That'll be fouled back.
Foul ball. 0-2 the count. 1 out. Or excuse me, 0-2 the count. No outs. Runner on first. Bottom of the
Shane
2nd.
Green.
Tie game 0-0.
Oh, yeah. Sugar Shane.
Atlanta up to bat.
You learned some interesting lessons in philosophy from Shane Green, didn't you? There's the 0-2 pitch. That'll miss low it in.
Yeah, we've talked about that. I think we talked about it last season, but Shane Green, a valuable member of the 2020 team, and I think he was also here a little bit in 21. He had some interesting viewpoints on life, and I remember the first night he sat in the bullpen down there. I just couldn't believe that this guy's up there telling me how strongly he believes in aliens and thinks they have visited us multiple times.
Velazquez takes one high. This is day one as a teammate?
Day one. And I'm thinking, okay, all right, aliens, no big deal. And then he leaned a little bit more to the conspiratorial side.
2-2 the
Also
count.
believed that dinosaur fossils were a money-making scheme by museums and governments.
Velasquez smashes one to left field. That's down for a base hit. And down to second base for Jordan Luplow. Well, the Braves have something going with a couple of runners on here in the 6th inning. See, I didn't know that part of the story. I didn't know that this was day one. So to throw that information out on day one, you really want to establish with your new teammates exactly who you are. So this was premeditated.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in there and tell my teammates about all the things that I believe, and we're going to take it from there. I want them to know me. Luke Waddell up to the plate. Waddell with a bouncer out to second. Young takes the slow bouncer, has one play. That's at first base. Goes to first and gets Waddell. Down to second base for Velasquez, over to third base for Luplow.
You know, there's little teams within the team in a major league roster. You know, you got the hitters, you got the starting pitchers, the bullpen, and the catchers kind of bridge all those groups. And the bullpen of all those groups spends the most time just sitting around idly talking.
So we got bottom of the
Because if
6th,
Max
1
Fried is
out.
on his game, you're not going to pitch.
Runners
You know,
on first
you don't
and
have to worry about
second.
getting
So the
warmed up for
Braves are
7th
definitely
inning.
in scoring position.
First pitch low and into Phillip Evans.
Ron, you just need a nice base
So as
hit.
a member of the bullpen,
Out
you
deep,
love
so
interesting
deep-
guys. You
deep
love guys
center,
that are
deep
a little
right.
bit different and, you know, prompt, stimulating conversation down there because you have a good amount of idle time down there.
They're going to pass the time. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Phillip Evans. Infield in. Evans hits one out towards center field. Going back now and making the catch is Perez. Tagging from third base and coming to the plate with the game's first run is Jordan Luplow. And it is 1-0 Braves. We're scoreless no more. Velasquez made it to third base. And both runners tagged and advanced. And Evans gets the job done to make it 1-0.
There we go. Atlanta finally scoring a run. 2 outs, runner on third.
See if Chadwick
Another
Tromp
runner
can add a
scores,
run
so
here.
Atlanta now takes the lead. 1-0. There we go, everybody. Our boys in
Chadwick Tromp.
our boys in
Having
blue
a
are
good
on the
spring.
board.
He's homered once this spring. First pitch to Tromp and a line drive caught by the third baseman Kennedy, and that ends the bottom of the
That's
6th
going to
inning.
wrap
The
up
Braves
the
pick
bottom
up
of the
first
6th.
run of the
So
ball
we're going to
game.
head to the top of the 7th, and we'll see if the Detroit Lions can make a comeback. All right, everybody, I am going to jump up. I need to stretch my legs, and I need to use the restroom real quick. My son won't be on camera, but I'll get him to sit in here and make sure that when the game sound comes back on that he flips it on for you. I shouldn't be gone too long, but I'll be right back.
makes it count with the double. And one down for the Tigers with a runner at second base. Going back to what you just mentioned on Chris Sale, is that result simply because he's healthy?
Likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be feeling pretty good. He's been popping 97s, 98s here at spring. And that slider for him is such a weapon. You know, we know about the deception. We know about the fastball, but the slider is what I think he got about 2/3 of his punch-outs last year on. So good to see that pitch in top form.
Yeah, because a guy can tell you how good he feels all day long. He can say, I'm 100%, best shape of my life, all that stuff. Ryan Valade takes a called strike. But the play speaks volumes. And in fact, the play and the results tell you everything you need to know about a guy's health. And Chris saying it as well as putting forth those kinds of metrics, that tells you exactly where he is. And that's good news. 0-1 is high, 1-1.
Another guy Braves Nation probably pretty excited about, Hurston Waldrop, showed up on this, and we got to watch him pitch a couple days ago up in Dunedin. And I personally came away pretty impressed with what he had facing major league hitters for the first time in his life.
Charlie deals, misses low.
But his pitch he's really known for is a high 80 splitter, and that's a pretty hard splitter, but what's exceptional about his is how much spin he can take off the ball. And being able to subtract that much spin makes the ball drop that much more and more sharply.
2-1 to Valade, fouled back 2-2.
So his splitter that he was throwing the other day was only averaged 574 revolutions per minute, which is extremely low. And if you go across the entirety of the major leagues, there's only one guy who comes close to that, and that's Felix Bautista, the lights-out closer for the Orioles. And even his is spinning, 300-400 RPMs more than Hurston's.
2-2, got him looking. Beautiful pitch, able to paint the corner with a heater. And two-away here in the 7th.
So something old, something new.
Yeah. Well, it was fun to see Hurston Waldrop the other day, and I never would have guessed that was the first time he's faced major league batters. He was very sharp.
Yeah, he looked pretty composed for a guy who hasn't even been in professional baseball for a full year now.
Snit out, and that'll be it for Charlie Morton. As he goes 2 2/3 of an inning, he'll finish his day with a strikeout. Crowd giving him standing ovation as he walks back to the first base dugout. So good to see Charlie for the first time this spring. And the Braves will bring along Anthony Vizcaya, right-hander, whom we've seen a couple of times already. And Snit hoping that he can come in and pick up one more out and put up another 0 up on the board. Braves leading 1-0 as we're here in the top of the 7th inning. As Vizcaya trots in. Vizcaya will be the third pitcher used by the Braves today. So they get 6 2/3 from Strider and Morton. And that was really the play today, was to see 4 innings out of one and 3 out of the other. So altogether, I think thumbs up across the board for Morton and for Strider today.
Yeah, I think if you ask Charlie, there's probably a little bit of rust, on the game early there, but he's got to be happy with his outing. He got through 2 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 punch-outs. And as you said, Charlie likes punch-outs, so I got to be happy with that. I saw him mixing his changeup in
Sorry about that.
more often than I remember him throwing. He only threw about 10% of them last year, and I saw him start off an inning with a changeup to each batter. And
also showed off
that
off my jersey. It's hot as hell in here today.
By the end of this, would you say 23 days till
I'll,
opening day?
23 days.
In the front room where the thermostat's at, we're
That's
at
the
81.
cool thing about spring training.
My
and what
bedroom
you do
is
during the
usually
regular
about
season. In all likelihood,
6
you're probably
to
not going to
8
be doing
degrees
that
hotter
down here.
than
You're
the
gonna
rest
work
of the
on
house.
some things that maybe you wouldn't be leaning quite as much on in the regular season.
So yes,
So you want to throw a few
my
more
bedroom
changeups
right
and
now is about
curveballs and
80,
Throw it in counts where you normally wouldn't. This is the place to do it.
86,
Sharpen
87
those
degrees.
tools. Anthony Vizcaya, the right-hander from Venezuela, is out there now. 6 feet tall, 220 pounds. Making his 3rd appearance of the spring. He's given up 2 runs on 2 hits. Both hits home runs in an inning and a third in the Grapefruit League this year. 1-0 Braves in the top of the 7th. It is Leonard up to the plate. Takes ball low.
So we got 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Runner on second.
Leonard with bright
Want to know the
orange
count?
gloves.
Atlanta currently leading 1-0 over the Detroit Lions.
Waiting on the 1-0
Detroit
pitch from
Tigers.
Vizcaya.
I'll get it right.
Outside.
My apologies.
A run on 5 hits for the Braves. No runs.
Still
6
kind of
hits for
in
the
that
Tigers.
NFL mode.
Lead at second by Hopkins. Pitch to the plate. Ground ball out to short to his left and gloving Waddell. Nice gliding play. Throwing
That's
going
going
to
to be
base,
out
getting
number
the
3.
out.
That'll
And
retire
another
it.
0 up on the board for the Tigers. No runs, 1 hit.
Seven here at Cool Today Park. Braves clinging to a
We are
narrow
back to the
1-0
bottom of the
lead.
7th.
Next pitcher for the Tigers will be Brant Herter, the big boy, peach fed, 6'6", 250 from Atlanta.
First pitch inside, 1-0.
Well, he's from Canton, Georgia. Liked Atlanta so much, he went to Georgia Tech.
Here's his 1-0 pitch to Eli White, or rather to Nacho Alvarez, and that's skied towards right field. TJ Hopkins under it, 1 down. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Braves Radio Network. So 1 down for Luke Williams. Yeah, brand new battery altogether. You mentioned Herter on the mound. Dylan Dingler is the catcher. He's definitely on the Grapefruit League all-name team.
These names, man.
Dylan Dingler. And down at first base, Jake Holton. So the Herter and Dingler battery. There's a ball outside. It's really going to get tricky when you got Herter and Dingler and Sky Bolt up to the plate here in a moment. All sorts of great names. 1-0 pitch. In the air to center field. Perez drifting makes the catch. And 2 away here in the 7th inning. Sky Bolt up to the plate. Great to have you with us today, bringing a Grapefruit League action from North.
All right, so in the bottom of the 7th,
alongside
Atlanta.
Darren O'Day, Ben Ingram here with you.
We got 2 outs, no runners on.
Sky Bolt.
Sky Bolt at bat
6
for the
called
Atlanta
strike.
Braves.
Framed up well in the inside corner by Dingler.
Looks like this might be his first at bat for the whole entire training season.
Bolt sends 1 foul, 0-2. Right-hander Herter, 4th pitcher used by A.J. Hinch in the ball game. Herter's dad played college ball at Wake Forest, and his mom played basketball at Wake Forest. There's a ball high and outside. And Herter himself, as Darren mentioned, playing baseball at Georgia Tech, former 7th-round pick of the Tigers. Big lefty, ready to bring the 1-2 pitch to Sky Bolt. Pushed him off the plate with a fastball on a 2-2 count.
2-2 count.
both the weights. Pitch from Herter, and he swings over the top of the slider. And
That's
that
going
is
to be
strike
strike 3. That's
so the Braves go
3
down in
outs.
order for just the second time of the ball game. We have completed 7 and a pitch.
So we're heading to the top of the 8th, where we'll see the Detroit Tigers try to get on the board for the first time today. Remember, everybody, don't forget to hit those likes, hit those subscribes. Be sure to interact with the chat. I'm a small streamer trying to make my place in the YouTube world. I've dedicated thousands of hours already trying to do this, so please help me out by hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, slapping the notification bell, and hell, maybe you'd like to even send a super chat donation. Any of those would be greatly appreciated.
And legend Tyler Matzik on the mound.
Right, we are back.
He's making
to
appearance
the
number 2. Take that
ballpark.
back. Number 3 this spring, should say. 2 scoreless outings. He's gone an inning and 2/3 scoreless. 2 hits allowed, a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts. And you and I were having a conversation the other day, Darren, about what we've seen in pitchers who have stood out. And just seeing Matzik come back from Tommy John, that's one hurdle. But seeing him put up the kind of stuff that we've seen in his first 2 outings, that's another even taller hurdle, and he's looked pretty good coming across both of those.
Yeah, he really has, and he's doing all that while making adjustment to pitching with the pitch clock. As we discussed, he's never pitched under the set of rules that the guys have to deal with now.
First pitch to Buddy Kennedy registers as a strike. Yeah, for everybody else, they're used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Speed of the game is no issue for them anymore. Now for Matzik, he's where everybody else was last year. Getting used to that pace of play. Buddy Kennedy lifts one towards right field.
That's going to be right field,
Guy
out to
Bolt
the track,
backpedaling,
underneath
went
it,
left,
caught.
to right. Wind was pushing that one direction then the other, but he makes the catch. And one away here in the 8th inning.
And we talked before about kind of the catcher carousel you can encounter in spring training and late innings. You just don't know if you're going to work with the guy. And Tyler did tell me Rivero had never caught him before, so a little bit of a challenge there, trying to figure out the game plan and what pitches they want.
So there we go, top of the 8th, 1 out.
Trey Cruz swings and misses.
And
That's
so that
going to be a
resulted
swing and a miss on the
time
first one.
violation on Tyler.
Or actually, I think it
in
was
his last
actually a foul
outing.
ball.
So today he gets to work with the
So
familiar
0-1
face
to count.
back there. Chadwick Tromp has caught him for a few years now. They should look for them to be on the same page.
Well, one check swing. They appeal. He did go. That's nasty right there.
They look down the first.
Yeah, he calls it a
First
slider.
base
It's kind of
ump.
in between
First
a
base ump
slider and a
says he
curveball.
swung,
It's,
so that's going to be.
looking pretty sharp right now.
No, I guess they're going to say that's a ball.
Ball and a
Okay,
strike
now
on
they're going to
Cruz.
say it's a strike. Get your shit
Right-handed
together,
hitting center
boys.
fielder.
0-2
Back
the
on 0-2
count.
count, and he hangs alive. You ever land in a plane, you look out the window and you see those guys on the tarmac with the orange cones and the orange knee pads and shoes, and they're guiding the plane up to the gate?
Yeah.
That's what Trey Cruz looks like right now. Orange gloves, orange shoes, orange sleeves. 0-2, fouled off. Like you ought to be guiding in 747 to their appropriate gate. 0-2 on Cruz. 1-0 Braves in the top of the 8th. Matzik brings it. Cruz.
It's
sends
going to be
one
a
foul to the third
chopper
baseline.
down, foul ball.
Tell you
Foul
what, I
ball.
take that job all day over. Two of my uncles lived in Chicago. Both worked for United Airlines. One was more of a an office guy. The other one ran the truck that came out to clean out the plane bathrooms when they would land. And so you imagine him out there in January, February, just hooking up the hose to the bottom of the bird and, cleaning it out and going to the next one. I'd much rather be dressed in orange.
That's dirty work, brother.
That is.
That is dirty work.
All right, so
Here's
0-2
to
count.
Cruz. That's foul.
Foul
He's
ball.
at O'Hare.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, they both worked at O'Hare. He's in his mid-70s now. He's laying on the couch drinking Budweiser now.
He's retired from the dirty hose work.
Uh-huh. I think they called him the honeysuckers or something like that. Try to put a positive spin on it.
That's quite the attempt. 0-2 popped up into foul territory.
Pop up
Possibly
foul.
playable.
First baseman
Evans
getting
is
under
over
it.
there, and it
And he
goes by
misses
him.
the ball.
He went too hard to his left, and the wind pushed that back behind him. And amidst the sunlight and the little breeze,
That sun is why you don't start.
Still 0-2 on Trey Cruz. What's the worst job you ever had? I mean, playing baseball these years, you don't have too many bad ones, I'm guessing.
I think the worst one, I sold sporting goods at Played Again Sports and during the summer in college. I'd have to go to somebody's trailer and set up a Bowflex they were never going to use. Come back in 6 months, take it back to the shop.
0-2, check swing. Did he go? You bet.
Got him.
Good stuff by Magic.
So that's going to be
Striking
out number
Trey
2
Cruz.
in the top of the 8th.
2 down here in the 8th inning. Yeah, those secondhand sports stores probably go through a lot of Bowflexes and stationary bikes.
They do. And those Bowflexes that we were selling inevitably turned into like clothes hangers. They would just drape clothes over them and look at it and hope they got fit just being in the same room as it.
Keston Hira takes one low and outside. Because you'd see their commercials and you'd see the jack dudes on the Bowflex.
Mhm.
There's no way that's all that they're doing.
No.
All right, so we got 1-0 the count. 2
Another
outs,
one
top
that-
of the 8th.
Yeah, some days was bad, but I
Atlanta
enjoyed
currently
the whole
leads
thing, just to
Detroit
get the
1-0.
experiences. I was a bouncer at a college bar after my first minor league
Comes the
season.
wind up and the setup.
Get to rough some people up. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's low. I mean, being a bouncer at a bar, that's tough work, but especially in a college town.
Yeah.
That's busy work.
It's also hot because I'd have to wear 3 or 4 T-shirts to look the appropriate size, to look at least a little bit intimidating.
2-0 to Hira. Fly ball to deep right. Skybolt drifting back to the track, makes the catch. And a 1-2-3-8 for Tyler Matzik. Doing a really good job. Another scoreless frame for him. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, 1-0 Braves.
If you want to skip the stress and visit the best place to purchase a vehicle, look no further. Hi, I'm Greg Stockdale from Rolling Ford in Shell Rock, and we've been awarded the Ford President's Award for the 7th year in a row. With our top-notch sales and service department, our team will make your experience.
Oh, we got a commercial. We come back, and the Braves are going to try putting on some runs. We need some insurance runs. Remember, get your final votes in. Get your votes in for the vote poll. We kind of had a disappointing 10 votes so far. Doesn't look like we're going to see Mr. Maverick pop up, and he said he was going to be off in 20 minutes, and that was, well over an hour and 15 minutes ago. Must have had something come up. But if he had something to come up, you would have thought he would have at least texted me and told me. I mean, that's the courteous thing to do. As our plan was, he was supposed to stop in and hang out and whatnot, but I understand things come up. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
Out of Marist in Atlanta, went to Notre Dame. There's a called strike on Cody Milligan as he leads off for the Braves in the bottom of the 8th. So Gunther on the mound, Dingler his catcher. Ball low and in. And a 1-1 count on Milligan.
You turning me into like a grade school kid laughing in class, man.
Lefty Sean Gunther, 5'11", 195. Ground ball over the mound, charging it short, Leonard. He scoops and fires, 1 down.
Beats the throw. Or beats him to the bag, so 1 out.
So Milligan retired, back to the top of the order. The Jordan Luplow looking ahead to the 9th inning. Tigers will have the middle 3 due up. As that will be Bigby, Young, and Dingler. Braves will carry at least a 1-run lead into the 9th inning. Here's Jordan Luplow. He homered earlier in the week. Or I should say towards the end of last week. Pitch on the way to Luplow. That'll miss high. He homered.
Come on. Let's get a couple
in
insurance
ballgame in
runs
Dunedin.
here.
Was that Saturday?
Yeah, Chris Bassett. Big boy. Knew it was gone right off the bat.
Called strike on the outside corner. Yeah, that was a majestic shot. Wouldn't mind seeing him blast one onto the berm right here. Facing the lefty Gunther. Here it is to Luplow. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. As we mentioned, Braves have the off day today, or rather tomorrow, I should say. Play this ball game today, off day tomorrow.
There you go, lady. I guess the Braves are off tomorrow.
Back at it Thursday. We head down to Fort Myers.
I never did look to see here.
See the Red Sox.
Yeah, we're getting closer to that.
Friday and Saturday against the Pirates on Friday and the Orioles on Saturday. 3-1 in for a called strike.
So we need to check the.
They call that park Fenway South. I haven't had a chance to be there. Does it look like Fenway?
Exactly like it.
That's pretty
Dimensions wise.
Yeah.
And field wise. With the wall, the dimensions. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That'll miss a little bit high. Luplow's aboard. So the outfield wall is identical. I think their green monster. You know, the one in Boston's, 37 feet? I think the one here might be an even 40.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as wall heights and dimensions, everything else is identical.
Yeah.
With a triangle in center and the low wall and right and all that.
I think I'm on the Boston trip this year. We'll get to talk all about the monster.
Oh, I can't wait to hear your monster stories. Andrew Velasquez takes called strike.
My favorite thing about that park is not the history or the way the ballpark looks, but the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You could go there on a day game on a Thursday, and they play those 11 a.m. games, and it is just buzzing, man.
Well, one to Velasquez. That'll miss outside. Did you ever get to play in the Patriots Day game there?
Patriots Day?
Yeah.
Yes.
With the early game?
Yeah.
Same day as the marathon?
It's awful as a visitor.
Ball to strike on Velasquez. They'll take a ball inside.
No, they do not play.
I say that because the traffic patterns are so restricted.
All right,
and the
so
game is so early that a lot of the Red Sox players would resort
it
to
looks
sleeping in
like
the clubhouse.
the
I know Mike
Dodgers
Napoli slept
are
there a couple years.
2:05 p.m.
Just
Eastern.
because it's impossible
But
to
they're
get there
versus
in
the
the
White
morning, so you have
Sox,
to
so
get up
that
at
game
6
would
a.m.
be
to make it on
blacked out
time.
for me.
2-1 pitch on the way. That swung on and missed. Kind of have to
We'll
go
see
back
what
to
we
your
can
spring
do.
training
We'll have to
regimen
schedule
next year.
something up.
Yeah.
Might
Everything
take
down here
on
starts early.
another team. So if
1-0
anybody has
Braves,
suggestions,
bottom of the
if you
eighth,
got a
runners
favorite
first,
team
one
you'd
out.
like to
The
see
2-2 count on Andrew
somebody
Velasquez.
stream, feel free to send me
played
an
in it one
email
year, having
or
dinner after the
comment
game.
or
You
leave a
rub the
message
sleep out of your eyes.
somewhere.
And the guy that
somewhere
won the
for me.
marathon rolls into the restaurant we were
With your
at.
suggestions.
2-2 fouled off.
I don't remember his name, but I'm positive he was Kenyan.
Yeah, those guys, that's what they do.
Yeah. It was pretty cool because as soon as, everybody there knew that the marathon happened that day. And so as soon as he walked through the door, the place just went crazy. And everybody cheered for him. And he probably had his first good meal in a couple months.
All right, bottom of the eighth, one out. Run around first, 2-2 to count.
Velasquez, and he swings and misses. I think he got a piece of the catcher Dingler, but it's strike 3. And 2 down here in the 8th. So it's up to Luke Waddell. 1-0 Braves here in the 8th. All right, so looking at the schedule, this is your last day for this current trip. I know you've got 3 games left in spring training. There's a called strike. You know those dates? What date are you back down here?
You want me to call my wife and ask her?
Keeps track of all that stuff. 16th, 17th, and 18th is what it looks like.
Old Sneezy McGee got in our ear and just told us.
Yeah.
16, 17, 18.
Sneezewick is on top of it back there. Yeah, that'll be 2 home games when you come back. Pirates, Red Sox, and then in Port Charlotte against the Rays. And then we'll see you during the regular season. 1-1. It's the inside corner.
I'm genuinely excited about this season. Not just doing this, but I think this is. Some people might disagree. I think this is the best Braves roster the team has assembled in my memory.
Yeah, it's got us all very excited for the upcoming season. Pitch low and outside to Luke Waddell. And once they play ball on opening day, let the guys do their thing, and you just pray for health.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Bluffing at first base now, Luplow. They throw over, and he somehow gets back. I think he was so far off that even Gunther himself was shocked. He tried to time him, and his timing was all off, and that's a pretty low place to be, especially with a lefty on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Waddell. Pitch to the plate, ground ball slapped to third. Buddy Kennedy smothers from a knee, throws down to second. It's bobbled and dropped by Leonard. Everybody's safe, and Leonard just can't believe it. Hands on his hips, looking aimlessly off into left field in frustration. That'll be an E6 most likely. I thought the throw was good enough to be caught by Leonard.
Yeah, he just flat out clanked that one, Ben. I think there was some miscommunication on who's going to take that throw at second base from the third baseman, and so you end up with 2 middle infielders standing right next to each other.
That was great.
Might have distracted Sugar Ray Leonard.
All right, bottom of the 8th,
So
2 outs.
right there.
Runners on first and second.
First and second. Here's Phillip Evans. Evans swings.
Bang and a miss.
It was Phillip Evans who sacked fly in the 6th
0-1
inning,
to
drove
count.
in the only run of the game. It's 1-0 Braves here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking for some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Luplow at second. Waddell at first. Pitch to Evans off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. $6,585 here on a Tuesday afternoon. Been a good crowd. I'd like something else to cheer about right here. 1-1 from Gunther. Pulled foul down the third baseline.
That's going to be a strike. So 2 outs. What did you
Ben, it looks like the wind has shifted a little bit. Now it's blowing kind of more to left center than it was earlier. I think there's a big rain system out there threatening the Braves' annual spring training golf tournament tomorrow.
1-2 fouled off. Isn't that fitting?
Oh, man.
Yeah, you 1 day off and it's rain in the forecast.
That's a bummer, man.
That's no good. Well, maybe it'll change. We'll get lucky.
Yeah, every other day of
Keep getting these
the
sharp
training,
nerve jerk
those
pains
guys
in my
might
jaw.
welcome some rain.
Yeah. It's been perfect every day. I mean, it's been 80 degrees and sunshine every single day, which has been wonderful. 1-2. Evans guides one.
That's
going to
be a base hit.
Here comes Jordan Luplow.
Here comes a
There's the
homer.
insurance runs the Braves are looking
Here comes
for.
a run.
The throwback
Boom.
hit trickles through the infield.
Luplow
scores.
crosses
And
the
it's
line.
now 2-0 Braves on the base
Braves
hit
now
by Phillip
lead
Evans,
2
who has
to
both of the
nothing.
Braves RBIs today.
And Jordan Luplow has both of the Braves' runs on 2 different walks. You know, Luplow's a guy that
2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Runners are now on the corners.
Team in some fashion, and being selective, getting on base.
Braves 90 feet from
Causing a little
scoring.
trouble out there, distracting the pitcher, and scoring 2 runs today.
Got the walk. And then
Those
reached
insurance
second on the
runs
error.
are certainly good.
So that's an unearned run. 2-0 Braves. Here's Chadwick Tromp. Looking to make it 3-0 or better. Runners at the corners. And Tromp takes a backdoor breaking ball in for a called strike. Two runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Braves. No runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Tigers. There's the difference in the ball game right there. 0-1 to Tromp. He smokes one to deep left.
That's deep left. It's back off the wall.
Off the wall on the fly. In to score Waddell.
Braves are going to
Evans
score
goes
another
first to
run.
third. It's an RBI double. And Chadwick Tromp, with his loud bat, makes it 3-0 Braves here in the 8th inning.
3-0 Braves.
Yeah, we talked about how the Braves have played good defense this spring training, and you just can't give away outs at this level. These hitters are too good, especially Trump. He's seeing the ball so well. Last time he smoked a rocket right at the third baseman and didn't wait too long there. Got a second pitch and hammered it out to the base of the wall and left.
I know we don't see a lot of Chadwick, but when we have seen him, especially last year, you think about, and the year before, in the limited opportunities he would get, he was swinging and making good contact, came up with some big base hits over the last few seasons. It's fun to watch his ABs.
Yeah, he really is a good player and an important type of player to have in an organization. Like, I've already praised his defensive work. He calls a great game. When you come on the mound in a game and you see Trump back there, you're pretty dang comfortable. You don't like a big letdown from your big league catchers to your AAA catchers. And like you said, he swings the bat well. He doesn't wait around. He's not scared of the moment. Hey, I'm in the big leagues. I got to change my game. He just goes out there and does what he does, which is, attack the first pitch he likes and hit it hard.
Well, the Tigers go to the bullpen. Brian Sammons is the new pitcher. Sammons. Brian Sammons, 6'4", 235 left-hander out of Western Carolina University. Drafted originally by the Twins in 2017. And the lefty Sammons on for his second appearance of the spring. This guy was with the Twins for a while, was released by the Twins after he made it to AAA with Minnesota, and then found himself playing independent baseball last season, made 5 appearances in indie ball, and then was grabbed by the Tigers.
With all this talk of the all-name team, I thought you said like salmon, like the fish.
Oh, yeah.
And that reminded me of an experience I had last month. My wife ordered a salmon salad, and the waitress said, you want the salmon? The salmon. And my wife was like, looked at me like, is she messing with us? And I said, yeah, I'll take the salmon. So she corrected her, the proper pronunciation of salmon.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the L doing in salmon?
I don't know. I thought you were going to say it reminded you of the smell of your mustache here with Baltimore. There's Nacho Alvarez. The pitch on the way. Alvarez takes a called strike. Yeah, Brian Sammons. Makes me think of Clint Sammons, who used to be a catcher of the Braves organization.
Mm-hmm.
Good dude. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Nacho Alvarez. 0-2 on Nacho. 3-0 Braves. They've played at 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 0-2 from Sammons. Missed high. 1-2 on Nacho Alvarez. You're mixing food groups here with Nacho at the plate and Sammons on the mound.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. We need to fire up the old Discord.
1-2 to Nacho. He swings and misses again. So that ends the 8th inning.
That's going to end the 8th inning. The Atlanta Braves now lead 3-0 lead. So
now we head to the 9th with the Braves on top of the Tigers 3-0.
So the Tigers are down to their last 3 outs to either tie or take the lead. All right, so we're going to join Mr. Maverick from over at Maverick Sports.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey, we had, I don't know if she's still here, but Miss Lane come and joined us and chatted for a while.
Hey, Laney. If you're still here, hello. How you doing? Long time no see.
I am in your wall. That's quite the name. Hey, Hey, are you the
I
reason
hear
I
ya.
couldn't sleep? You were in my wall last night. Get out of my wall. I couldn't sleep.
I'm actually heading towards the house right now as we speak. So, like I said, I haven't had nothing to eat all day and I'm starving. We got this thing done and yeah, we're good to go.
3-0. On to see if he can lock down the spring training
Wrong
save
button.
is Jackson Tater Salad Stevens. We saw him a few days ago up at Dunedin through 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, 1 run, 2 punch outs. We'll see what he's got today after he's relieved Tyler Matzik, who was on for a 8th inning. He looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Looking off some nasty curveballs.
I mean, your wall says,
See if
yep.
Jackson can do the same. Yesterday, the last time he pitched, he was a little bit.
Well, I just
underwhelmed by his
gave
own
you a like
curveball
on
and his
the
sinker command.
stream. So
Appreciate it.
Knowing him, he's going to clean that up.
yes, sir.
Shut down.
And like I
the
said,
Braves.
And
it's
that
been a
was
long
Saturday
day.
in Dunedin, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Off and on, missed
Yes, it
rain,
has.
What I gathered
downpour
was
rain.
about the golf talent on this team.
Yeah,
They
it's just
came down to
nonstop.
They had the top 2 golfers in
And
the
we're supposed to be
clubhouse.
getting even harder
Just
rain
away to
tonight.
Justice
We got a
Bigby.
monsoon rain coming this
Striking
way.
outside corner. Bryce
Either
So-
way, it
Hill,
looks like
Jackson
we're
Stevens.
1 like from that 10
feel
like
comfortable
goal.
with
Can
that?
we reach that
Okay.
10 likes before the end of the stream?
There's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Justice Bigby. Fouled off, 0-2.
If you haven't done so
completely
already,
different
please
approaches
feel
to the
free
game
to
as well,
slap that
Bryce
like
Elder.
button for me.
Doesn't say much, just plays real good golf. Jackson Stevens spends 18
Love it.
holes telling you how good he is.
The way it ought to be.
As
comes the
Chubbs
pitch.
would say, just
Missed high.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, tomorrow you have to
as
text
Chubbs
us
would say,
the
just
result,
tap it.
and that way we can
Just
tell
tap
our
it.
listeners how it went in the golf tournament yesterday.
Tap it.
Or tomorrow, and once it is Thursday, it'll be yesterday. That'll be
Just
sensible.
tap it in. Tap it in.
That'll be fun to learn about. 1-2 on Justice Bigby.
The early betting line on AJ Minter's shirt
Oh,
is at
man.
minus 300 for it to contain the
Yeah.
colors pink or salmon.
Okay.
I know how
So
you
it's gonna
feel,
be
brother.
A heavy bet to make some money.
Very spring festive.
I didn't sleep well again last night. I maybe had 3.5 hours of sleep.
It's aggressive. I like it.
Uh-oh.
It is.
And
Are you gonna handle your
Two strikes
double?
on Justice
today?
Bigby.
that,
Here it is from Jackson
I'm
Stevens.
making no promises. It's
Lifted
not
towards
scheduled
foul
yet.
ground.
My intent
Okay.
is to do it, but we'll have to see
1
how.
and 2 on Bigby.
I know I'm going to have to lay
Braves
down
3,
for a nap
Tigers
at some
nothing. We're on the
point.
top of the 9th.
Yeah.
After Bigby, it'll be
Yeah,
Jason.
for-
I've even drank a cup of iced coffee. I drank a Red Bull. I drank 2 stack of
Stevens
2
deals.
energy shots, and
Foul
I
again.
feel blah.
That's down the right field line
Yeah.
against the screen. Still 1 and 2.
I was gonna say you feel like
He's
that.
sporting the bright
Yeah.
red glove,
I-
like many Braves
I-
pitchers do.
I bet, dude.
His is a little different. His is a Mexican glove company. You know, he's got a great
So-
story of how the Braves found him down
But
there.
yeah,
in the Mexican
I'm only
League
about
pitching
20 minutes from the house.
after he
But
was
like I
dropped
said,
out
I'm
of the
starving
Cincinnati
like
Reds organization. Well, this
you
company
wouldn't
wanted him to
believe.
do it.
So I might have to stop and get me something to
Breaking
eat.
ball up and in. So
You're always
that's a
feeding your
glove
face.
manufacturer that he was introduced to pitching
Hey.
in the Mexican League
Can't help it.
and stuck with it.
Yep.
I almost forgot to call,
Two
make my
pitch.
truck payment.
Out off again. Bigby putting up a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Is he the
No.
only guy that you know of in the big league
I had to pay that
wearing
today.
that company's glove?
There might be 1 or 2 out there, but
Okay.
he's the only guy.
Once I get
know
this
of.
money, I should be okay for a short time.
Trying to put away the
Till
pesky
something else
Justice
comes up.
Bigby. The 2-2 pitch. Out off again. It hits the lights up above the first base line.
Yeah, I've had a chance to.
So who's
see a
leading the
couple
game?
different Mexican brands.
Oh,
of
you know
gloves,
what?
and they
My
always
apologies,
smell
everybody.
Like
I'm going to go
fresh
ahead and take the
leather.
vote poll
You know,
down.
the Japanese gloves, the American gloves don't necessarily
We're in
smell
the top
that
of the
strong.
ninth.
Those Mexican gloves, you know when they're in the room.
We had 11 votes
2 fouled off.
on today. 90%
It's
of
a nice
you
Fresh leather
felt that the
smell.
Atlanta Braves
really
were going to
potent.
win, while
Walk into a
9%
boot
of you
store.
guys
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's what they
gals
smell like.
voted for Detroit Tigers.
Did you pretty much stick with the same brand your entire
We're
career?
currently
Or
in the
mix it up
top
a
of the
little bit?
I
ninth.
did. I stayed with Wilson. my whole
The
career.
count is 2-2, no outs.
2-2 to Bigby. He hits one hard out.
That's
towards
gonna be
center
one
field.
hard
Cody
out
Milligan
center
in line
field,
with it.
caught.
Pitching back
Out
makes
number
the
1.
catch and 1 down. It was a pretty good fight there between Jackson Stevens and Justice Bigby. And 1 out here in the 9th inning. How often would you get a brand new gamer?
So usually you would get 2 new gloves every spring training, and You can pick them out or you can customize them. You can spend an hour in the off season, going on the computer and picking all the colors and the name you want on it.
Chase Young, the batter, takes first pitch ball outside.
And a few years in, I realized I don't want a new glove every year, so I started getting first baseman mitts and
It's
catcher
the top
mitts
of the
and
ninth.
batting
One
mitts.
out. Want to know the
Foul.
count?
Gotta roll my
So
window.
how many years did you use the exact same glove?
It's gonna be foul ball.
I think I used one glove for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And just collected gloves. I give them away to people or give them to my dad has a couple of them.
Big swing and a miss by Young, 1-2.
My favorite, I love to, we hit batting practice every day. My favorite thing to get a little bit of extra conditioning is to go out in center field and catch all the fly balls these guys hit. So that was my favorite glove of the whole group was my shagger.
1-2 up and in. The appeal didn't go. So you paid more attention to your shagger than your gamer.
Yeah.
2-2 from Stevens. Slowed it up, put a loop in it,
I
missed
was dying
outside.
here. Falling asleep.
3-2 on Jace Young, spelled J-U-N-G.
I mean, the Braves are winning 3-0, but
the Orioles,
it's really
Matt Wieder's Gold Glove winner.
it's really
They,
not
their gloves are
been-
special. They get the gold patch and everything, and he was nice enough.
it's
to
really
get
not
me
been
one of
a
those.
hugely exciting
There's a
game.
3-2 pitch.
Right.
Low it in ball
But
4.
we're definitely glad to see that they're winning.
Which was a contractual violation by me wearing that thing every day, but it was my
Looks like
favorite.
that's
And-
ball 4, so they're gonna
and
walk.
My favorite part about that glove is I would wear it.
They're
in
gonna
spring
walk the
training.
man
We'd get a
on
new guy
base,
the
so-
team, and he'd see it and he'd say, "Whoa, you have a Gold Glove?" And I'd say, "Yeah, man, I won." Usually they'd be young guys. Yeah, I won the relief pitcher Gold Glove.
I hear
in
you, brother.
2010.
I've
They
been
only
like
did it
that
for
all
1 year,
day.
And I won it
I
that
know
year. So there's still a handful of guys out there.
I didn't
believe
even
that
get on
actually won
in
a
my
Gold
chair
Glove.
to start getting ready for the stream until 11:30.
Figler with a ground ball to short, could be
Wow.
2. Waddell to Velasquez. Velasquez to Evans.
Guess what?
Oh,
That's
Game.
double play, baby.
So
That's your
6-4-3
game. The Atlanta
inning
Braves
double play, and that
take
ends the
down
ball
the
game as
Detroit
well. And it's a shutout victory
Tigers
for the Braves
3-0.
as they take down the Tigers by a final score of
3-2.
3-0. Phillip Evans.
That's the dub.
Great job of the plate.
Yeah.
Great pitching by the Braves. Strider, Morton, Vizcaya, Matzik, and Stevens. And it's a Braves win 3-0. Back with the totals after this.
So that is definitely what we wanted to see for sure.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So with that said, everybody, thank you for all that popped by. Mr. You're in my wall, Kenneth Clark, Lady, H-Town Sports, and Russell Hall. Appreciate you all participating in the chat and interacting with me. I certainly love that. It's one of my most favorite parts of streaming. The Braves are off tomorrow, so there will not be a Braves stream. Now, I know I said I'd do it, but I haven't scheduled it yet. If I can get a small nap in ahead of time, I'll do the Dodgers stream, guys. But there's a good chance I don't tonight. Oh, we got a helicopter flying over. We don't see that too often. But the Braves do not play tomorrow, so if I don't broadcast the game for the Dodgers tonight, I will tomorrow for sure. So, again, if you haven't done so and you liked what you see, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to this guy. I'm KGB for the C Sports Network, home to your streaming outlaws, and I'll see you on the next one.
Peace out, guys.